to the upside for crude oil. We had nearly a 3% down day a couple days back for crude. So regaining all of that. Yeah, red for Bitcoin and Ethereum, but only just to round out the week. That's how the overall market is looking right now. It's all about FRC once again today. Man, oh man. If you missed it just after lunchtime, reports suggesting First Republic is in fact headed for FDIC receivership. So we're all the way down to about 3 and change for First Republic. Unfortunately, as we were considering over the past couple of days, it seemed like this was where the conversation was headed as we made our way towards the end of the week. Rest of the group, though, here, green, as you can see. So it's really just FRC that's under pressure here. Healthcare stocks are green, industrials as well. There's a little bit of weakness here from semiconductors today. First Solar downside in a big way off a earnings miss, and forecast specifically was not good. SEDG also downside in a pretty big way this afternoon. Intel offsetting that. Nice day for Intel, up almost 5%. Western Digital also having a nice day. A lot of green elsewhere on this board, including energy, material, communication services, real estate, consumer discretionary, and healthcare stocks, as I mentioned, all doing pretty well as we head into the final couple hours of the week. Again, huge week to come next week with AMD reporting. We have Apple set to report. We have the Fed decision coming through on Wednesday. This all comes after we get that PCE print this morning. If you missed it, they did come in higher than expected once again. Overall, the market kind of shook it off. There was an initial move back to the downside, but immediately we get the reversal and right up through highs. But back and forth we go ever since then. It has been a bit of a chop fest as we head into the weekend. Again, a lot of people, I think, just waiting to see what is to come from Mr. Powell next week. Again, that's the way the overall market is looking here. Let's jump into a few things we were discussing. If you joined us early on this morning, just seeing there's a little tiny IPO apparently just opened 20 minutes ago. So TRNR, little tiny IPO, low float IPO just opened 20 minutes ago. Obviously, MEGL, TOP, Neil, the big topics of the day, or the big runners of the day, with really not much else to look at.
Yeah, I mean, look, top was ridiculous, is ridiculous. Obviously, I know a lot of people are watching it. I didn't execute on it today. I think we went over this a bunch of times. Why not? And it's still going. It's still halting. I'm not going to count up the, how many halts is it today? 22, I think I see. Yeah, 22 on the halt counter. Just barely missing out to FRC, which has halted 24 times. We've discussed it a few times here. FRC has been a little bit better of a trade just in terms of being able to manage risk. I know it's a halt fest as well. I just find there was a setup that actually made sense. Top just bounced off VWAP in 120, and it's off again. So day 2 for top. FRC was a different story. It's actually still beneath $4. Maybe it's going to roll over again. The trade for me was like 5 into 4, and then I held some for the dream of 3 breaking. 3 never broke. 3 bounced back into 4, and now it was going sideways. Now it might be rolling over off that $4 level. This feels like it's a little bit different of a day yesterday, but it's still a switch the bear to the bull. I am short some of the highs. Well, we're up 0.4%. We're testing the high, and we're trending to the upside. So, I mean, like, it's higher lows. You're making a nice little wedge into the top here. I mean, it's kind of undeniable. I can't really deny it, except for the fact that yesterday, if you saw how we moved off that 13,000 break, this is not really the same thing. We have a double top. We have 13.3. If you break and trend above that, that's when it's like, okay, well, give up your shorts, that kind of a thing. So there's a lot to watch. I have Micron on, which, okay, so Coinbase, 54, I'm short off of that. And then I'll get to Intel, which is a weak stock today, despite the long being fantastic really early. But Micron is at a level that since earnings, at 54, this is kind of it. Sorry, 64, I should say. Micron's been at this 64 since November of last year. It's been the high. There's been a couple of breaks of that level. I want to give it a shot to give the over, under, like break 64, maybe not travel too far, add into the position. I want to be patient with it. I'm not holding it to 65. None of that nonsense. I mean, I wasn't really doing that yesterday. I was just taking too many shots at things. But I had none of that nonsense. But this is a zone where Micron has had some trouble before. So let's see if it can actually hold through. And there's plenty to look at, plenty to trade. We'll see how much the big caps are going to be movers. I don't anticipate I will be in top, but if you're curious where it happens to be at any moment, just shout out and I'll let you know. If it halts, we'll give you the tap. But I'm not going to trade that thing today.
I just want to give, I just seeing some of the emails. So both those winners have already contacted us. So that's amazing. Yep. So awesome for that. Thank you everybody for contacting us. Miss Katrine is dealing with it. And that was a really fun draw. I think we could do some more of that. So if there is anybody out there that wants to do something similar to that, please send an email to marketing@tradertv.live. I think that went real well. I think, you know, those,
seamlessly.
Yeah, the guys from Momo got a lot of, and they're getting more exposure right now as they continue to talk about it. And that's the point, right? So let's just continue to have great partnerships, and I believe that we have done that. I think it's pretty interesting that the Blue Jays, or not the Blue Jays, well, what's up to the Blue Jays? Great. I think that's our best chance.
On fire, baby.
That's our best chance for a championship anytime soon, for sure.
We're still leading the series. We're talking about
what series?
The Leafs.
Oh, no, championship. I'm talking about the champ. I'm talking about grabbing that ring.
They can still win.
They could, but the Blue Jays have a better chance. Let's be perfectly honest. I mean, you know, the Blue Jays are supposed to actually win the AL.
They are legit.
The Leafs are not favored by any stretch of the imagination. But what I wanted to get at was the Raptors. Pretty interesting. They're looking at that female head coach. I just saw that came through. I think she was in Houston or San Antonio. Harmon, what's her name?
Becky Harmon. She was in San Antonio.
San Antonio, yeah. So I think that'd be pretty interesting if that happens. I was just talking about that because I just saw that news pop through. Okay. What are we talking about, FR? We're just doing whatever, right? So just quick update here before we go back over to Brendan. We got that meta fill, so we were shorting meta over there on the midday show. And okay, good. So all charts loaded up now, no problem. So that's great. There's the fill right there. So we actually get that 30 fill, if you guys were wondering. So there it is right there. We grabbed that fill. We put the bid at 31, and it just did fill. So that might be the bottom for now. But meta right now, my #1 stock on the day with Apple pending right now. So far, so good here on the day as we wait to see if the NASDAQ has another 3% day in it. Doesn't look like it, but Neil's turned that around. I tend to agree. We're over some nice little levels right now on the NASDAQ, up 0.41. So what do we, with this new, see now I feel like all, you know, in discombobulated. Yes, so I believe we are still doing the rundown. And on that note, I'm going to throw it over to Brendan and hope that that's the right move for the midday.
Indeed. We'll talk about Amazon here as we did this morning, but wanted to mention this guy's on Meta. This was 130, 140-ish. Meta talking to Microsoft and OpenAI. Digest that 1 second. About doing an internal AI coding assistant for its engineers. That's coming from The Verge. So interesting note there when it started to head back to the upside for Meta. Early on this morning, it was all about this one, though. It seemed like a bit of a theme this morning. Cloud, I mean, not Amazon, but cloud across the board. There was a few downside off of negative forecasts for cloud, including Amazon here. It ended up being, I mean, it gave you an opportunity anyways out of the gate.
Absolutely, yeah. We were having a look at Amazon. It was a good one earlier in the day, but there were a lot of others today. So it was hard to do just one, Brendel. But here's what you were talking about with respect to Meta earlier, a little bit more context on that one. During Bosworth's, oh my God, Q&A earlier this week with Meta employees, he was asked about whether there were any plans to introduce something similar to GitHub's AI Copilot for assisting engineers with coding. He revealed that discussions are underway with Microsoft and OpenAI about licensing a bespoke AI tool that has access to Meta's internal code. So that's what it looks like. It looks like it's training on Meta's API.
Yeah, it seems like there's this auto GPT stuff is now all the rage, where individual companies are able to essentially train their own AI to do a whole bunch of stuff internally. So maybe what they're talking about there. But interesting to see Meta guys talking with Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think you're going to see probably maybe a little bit more of that, that kind of back and forth collab. There's so much data in around there. I know we're supposed to be talking about, well, okay, fine. We're going to get to Meta in a second. I thought we were going to talk about Amazon first, but I didn't want to acknowledge there was a question. There's been a few questions. Look at this stock. Look at that stock. Look at Dunkson. Did I say that right? This DXN, DXF. We were going back and forth. So I just want to make sure if I mention this Dunks in financial, this penny stock, it is moving a little bit here. So I'm going to get this one out of the way. Look, a lot of times when you're dealing with these low floaters, it's got decent volume, but for a penny stock, it's actually not overwhelming. 70 million shares is not a lot for 50-cent stock. It's in play. A lot of times you'll see actually a little bit more than that. But it is a big time percentage mover. That screen just flickered a little bit there. I don't know if you guys saw that. But you're seeing this just float around 20, 25% at a time. This is in the category of, maybe it doesn't halt like an FRC, but it's going to move 50, 100%, like that kind of a thing. And it just gave a big hwadunk, as we like to say. Feels like it's on a bit of a downward turn. That's the kind of thing I might stay away from. I like FRC a little bit more. But those are out there if you want to trade them. Not necessarily my cup of tea. I like it when they calm down, they're not going into halts. And even looking at liquidity for a penny stock, Dunxin is not, like, it's not that liquid. I know you see a few thousand shares here and there, but that's on a 50-cent stock. Like if I pulled up like Mullen or when it was at 50 cents, you'd see a whole different ball game when it was in play. Like you'd see real levels of real liquidity. So for day trader, that's pretty thin. For a penny stock. Like that's not a lot of money throwing, obviously like a 10,000 order on a 50-cent stock isn't a lot compared to when you see like multiple $250,000 size orders on a Mullen when it was that price. So a bit of a dangerous one for me there. I didn't trade Amazon today at all. I think you did, Sean, but I didn't get, like there was a pop into 110 and then it sort of failed. Like it never really got up to trade that 110 level, so I have no executions on it.
You almost had to resuscitate me with Amazon today.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah, that was the only stock I was trading in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it never, for me, I just never got the one fill that I wanted. I'm in some other stuff this afternoon. We'll go to Sean here because I know you were a little more active in Amazon.
All right, thank you, Mahad. For that one, you tell me if the mic sounds okay. Now, I just want to bring this to everyone's attention. I'm sure Brendan's reading it right now. Top Financial Group issues statement regarding market activity. It doesn't, normally,
I bet you I can say what it is.
That might have done something, but I'm not really seeing it. And it's not going to explode
Mike?
one way or the, like when I'm seeing prints right there, 150.
Mike?
Okay, throw it to me on Neo.
I don't know. Your mic is on, so.
This is the way I thought I had it on. He's
so,
coming over.
no, yeah, a lot of times when they have those announcements from top, it's the stock moves that much, and they're obligated to comment on it. Why is this happening? There's no news, there's no press release, so it's obviously pretty important that when the company has to come out and say something, a lot of times it's just one of those canned statements. I haven't read it, but it's usually the whole, we do not have any, there's no idea why it's happening, there's nothing material, but blah, 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 so there's no shenanigans going on. Because obviously, when a stock goes from a few dollars to 250 and then back and forth like HKD did, it sort of behooves the company to come out with a bit of a statement there. So hopefully got that fixed. Tops.
Was there a problem with
it?
Not
Tops, top. Well, everyone was saying Mike.
Oh, were they saying Mike? Well, then I don't have any idea because
no, your mic was on.
All I do is put it on, and then. But thanks to Mahad for that one. I hope that as I speak right now, people can hear me a little bit better. And if they can't,
they're saying yeah, it's good.
Okay, I was just going to say because sometimes our mics run a little low on batteries when we're doing that midday, and then we can't charge it in enough time. But I have spare batteries, so I can always do that one more time. All right, just quickly here because you mentioned Meta. I know we're going to be on Meta one more time right here, but there it is right now. This is alert, man. He's a changed man today for sure. As we waited and very, very patiently for that Meta short, and right now it just went $1 in the money. We took the first piece out for 30 cents. Now it's bouncing around 239. So if this market wants to hold up, fine. But if it doesn't, let's see if Meta wants to retrace back down a little bit. I'm holding Meta short and Apple short into this market. So thank you so much for everybody. And if you haven't hit the like or subscribe, please do it.
Hola. Like and subscribe today.
You know which one that I think is really good and has mysteriously disappeared? Where the hell is Sharif's?
Like, subscribe, and share the show that takes you into the heart of the market every day.
There we go. There we go.
That's what's up.
That's what's
up.
what's
right there. Sharif, as that was going on, he's like, I really don't like it.
Yeah, nobody likes it.
You can reshoot it if you really want. I want to reshoot mine when we get a chance.
I think you should reshoot it in that silky golf shirt that he's wearing. Right now, the one that he's going to be wearing to the club.
Must be nice to pull
that off.
The
gym
gym
and the club, apparently.
It's multi-purpose right there.
Yeah, multi-purpose. You can wear it multiple times. It's nice and shiny. Yeah. So when you're in the club in the disco ball, are those in clubs? It can shine off of his shirt
disco
and attract the eye of others. So okay, guys.
Disco
hey,
ball.
yo, what's up, man? To Leo, 1990. That's a good year. What's up? Maybe some Nirvana going on then. How about Luca? Yeah, what's up to Luca? Shout out to the Italian trader himself.
What up, bro?
Mr. Luca. Okay, let's go back over to the desk. We didn't touch. Okay, let me touch on Amazon because I was trading it like crazy as we go here today. I felt like Amazon was, and it is my #1 stock. We talked about that on the midday show. It's trying to get overtaken by Meta right now, but this was a good trade until really it wasn't. It started to break a little bit higher, but we really took advantage of this. Early it broke 105. We wrote it down on the sticky note that we wanted a 105 break. Unfortunately, it was still good. It had moved too far for it to be really good. Like if it didn't get up to 109, 110 or so, and it sort of opened up around 106, 107, and then hit 105, I really think it would have continued to go a little bit down, but it did show some strength early. Then by the time it went down, I felt like it was running out of steam, and a lot of the traders that were short in here were covering around this 104.50 because 104.50 has been a good spot to cover it, and that's where we were doing it as well, absorbing that. It broke, we got out a couple times when it broke through 106, but then we were able to hit this back, and some of these fills are 105 and change. So, in and out, and then eventually it broke above that 106.20, and we wound up getting out. Probably should get back into this name, and we're going to just do that. Try to be patient. If we can get back up to 106.50 for Amazon, we'll take it. But again, the #1 name on the sticky note today and my #1 stock, so it's always nice when that happens.
All right, we'll talk about Snap here. Here's quickly, this is the statement from Top Financial Group. This is obviously not the first time we've seen this, won't be the last, but that's essentially the statement that I just highlighted there. They basically say, we have no idea what's going on, the stock market is risky, and don't buy our stock. So there you go, just covering their you-know-whats. Let's talk about Snap, as we mentioned this morning, down huge after the close yesterday. This ends up being just a nothing kind of day here. Yeah. 840 is support. 75, this is a 30-cent range, 35-cent range on the day for Snap. Just not much to do here.
No, with respect to that trade, nothing really to talk about there. The overall implications, though, are farther reaching in the sense that you're seeing digital ad sales really consolidate in the hands of a few here rather than the hands of many. Pinterest as well reporting the same plight.
Into it, guys, with a huge move here. Not seeing anything yet, but just be aware. 4.5%, huge pop on volume. Volume still coming in as well for INTU.
Well, that's a pricey one there. Just first, there's one thing to note for Snapchat maybe for next week. I don't think we'll see this trade tomorrow or today, to be sure. $8 is a big level on the daily. It's not really the low. They did get Huadunked in October, but the December low was $8. I don't know. I just like that saying. So bounced off 8, and you can see in the aftermarket, sometimes those matter, sometimes they don't. But once it didn't retest, it obviously has some support. When you get a gap down like this, Square did this on a short seller report. We've seen many names do kind of a similar setup. If it holds that 840 bottom on Monday, then I think you look for like longs off 840. I'm just looking for any kind of bounce off that level. Hold it today, bounce off the open there on the Monday, and then maybe look for the longs. I did trade pins at least, but I was pretty late to the game with Pinterest. I was able to get consolidation short at 23. It was at $25 at the open, and I didn't get anything till it consolidated at 23. I did like the short. It double bottomed at 22, so I got out. It's actually getting back into 23 now. There might be a trade off 23 this afternoon. So no, D-Loaf. I did not come up with Huadunk.
D-Loaf.
So what I like to do is anytime Sharif comes up with something that I think is funny, I appropriate it, and then I try to make it my own. So the flat bottom break on the chart, if you were to describe, I don't know, let's say Pinterest had another bottom here at 26.5. You had multiple day support, and then it breaks that flat bottom. Then I'm going to say flat bottom break, and then I'm going to stamp that because it's mine. But Sharif came up with it. So it's just a little bit of a fun gag I have going with him. Huadunk is cool. You can find it on urbandictionary.com. It's actually there. Believe it or not, because I felt like it deserved to be there.
Well, just Huadunked again.
Oh my God.
What a meta.
It's
How
more
you
of
doing, my guy? Huadunk. You got it. From the larynx.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe saying that. But.
Okay, so right there, meta, we just reloaded it again. We're just trying to play off that 240 level right there. So there's another 30 cents for us. That's a short at 60. Yeah, 60 flat. And then what's our average price now? 55. So actually, no, that's 55. Both of those are 55s. And that out is 30 flat. So 25 cents. Yeah, not great. I am waiting to get a little bit more short if it does come through. We're still in the short, just reloading it there on Meta as it's coming back in right now. Snapchat was definitely a missed opportunity because we didn't look at it, but I don't know. I was just listening to what Neil was saying there, and I was also trying to look at this Meta as well, so I didn't actually look over the chart too much. But if you do remember earlier on in the day when we started this show off, I said that Snapchat with the big move down, it wouldn't surprise me if it really didn't do anything. There's been a lot of big tech names that on their earnings day hadn't moved that much, even including Meta yesterday. I mean, Meta yesterday or wasn't yesterday for Meta? Was it? Yes, it was. We keep on confusing the days. Meta made that move up to that 242 and then just sort of floated around all day. And I think that that's kind of what's happening here with Snapchat again. Made that move to 880. We were talking about $9. I was actually waiting for a $9 break to go long, to be honest with you. That didn't come into play. And right now, when it's moving like this on earnings, that's a hard pass for me. So Snapchat, some days you get it, some days you don't. Today is not one of those days, Brendan. So I'm going to pass pretty good there on Snapchat.
That was almost like an instant price adjustment, and then that was pretty much it for the remainder of the day so far anyway. Here's Intel, meanwhile, another one that was out after the close yesterday, and it was all about signs, hilarious, signs of recovery, possibly starting anyways, but ends up being a bit of a fade. Still, nice day for Intel, up 4% here, but 32.5 ended up being the top there.
Yeah, Brendo, it looked like it reclaimed momentarily the 200 period moving average on the daily chart. And yeah, you know, it hadn't done that in a long time. Like, I mean, look how far back we have to go to see a 200 touch. You got to go back to this time last year. So we'll see if this can make a new high above 34. I'm looking at this for a possible swing down the future. We're talking about that this morning.
Yeah, good to see overall for Intel, guys, ahead of, remember, AMD to come next week. The next one up for earnings.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a biggie. Can't wait for AMD. That'll be spicy. Look, Intel, it gapped up a little bit, just a teensy little bit. It wasn't, I'm not here to tell you the report was that great, but it's making a bottom because everyone thinks the worst is over. With them, there was a good long off the open, but trust me when I tell you, when I see a chart like this, you kind of know, yeah, it had support, it had a breakout. All of these things were good for the long off 31.5, including a bit of a breakout at the top as well. But it's really, it's a downward trend. Outside of the top break, it holds a support level, but it's actually a downward trend. I did not reverse it when it got through 31.5. I did. Actually, I'll show you here. I actually am in it right now at 31.25, but I had a keystroke error. If you want to know what a keystroke error looks like, you can tell when you make a keystroke error because I probably wouldn't normally get in and on the same candle be just taking everything out that I can in the next 30 seconds to a minute, but that's exactly what happened. I just kind of punched the rest out that I couldn't cover. And of course, after you do that, it then makes a fresh low. I waited for it to get back up, no FOMO, no revenge or anything, just waited for it to get to resistance at 31.40, and I'm now short in the quarter range. I want to short this into the low of the day. If the market breaks down, I think this should be a good one. So I'm in the Intel short. Once it broke that 31.5, it was kind of that long was done. The stop was at 31.40, and I'm short in front of that level now. I already talked about Micron. It's at that 64 level. I was able to get some out, 61.65, and then just got a reload up here up top as it keeps challenging that big 64 level on the daily chart. Since they reported earnings, and even before that, 64 has been a monster resistance for Micron on the daily. A lot of strength into it here, but if the market doesn't take the top, I like this one.
Yeah, 31.50 there on Intel is what we had earlier, and that's it, man. We had one trade on Intel. We got some out for dollar winners. Upside when it just really blew up early, and then it eventually took 31.50, so that's where we were. We got out at 31.40, so 10-cent hit with multiple pennies as a winner. And yeah, Intel, I think it can still be traded here today for sure. It's bouncing off the 200 period right now. I think you got at least back to VWAP before you do anything. But hey, again, man, we'll just wait around. Intel, nice day, 4.3%. And for the stock that's been hit so hard over the last little while, it's nice to see a little bit of a bump up. I think it's, I'm long at 27 and change. I think I'm going to hold on to it. I don't really have any reason to get out right now, but it was a little scary because we really just fell off the last 3 weeks here on Intel, up to 33 and change, and then all the way back down. So that was probably a great out there at 32.50 if you could have got that earlier on. I don't know when we'll see that next, but I'm pretty optimistic about NVIDIA and AMD here. So if the chip names can continue to work, man, Microsoft talked about an increase in computers and that Windows department there. So I feel like if Intel does have exposure, well, they do have exposure to the PC market, it should be fine. A little disappointed on the report today. Thought it could have been a little bit better, obviously, but still beating -4 cents versus -15, better than expected on that. So, you know, we'll take a top line beat and see what happens moving forward with Intel. So I'd still say stay on that. They've cut the dividend, obviously, so you're not going to hold it for that, but it's a tech name that's a big one that has a chance to go.
Oh,
so.
one thing to say for Intel.
Yeah.
There's a time where like you always try to compare it to AMD. I think at this point it's more reasonable to say, okay, fine, that's half the business. But what they're trying to do is take out TSM. Like it is more about long term. Can they actually compete again in the fab business? So can they take out the dominance of TSM? That's what they're trying to do right here. So you have to, if you're holding it long term, I think you really want to wrap your head around both sides of the business and not to worry too much if they're probably going to continue to lose in some degree to AMD, and that's true. But just imagine if all of a sudden NVIDIA or Apple start having their chips fabricated by Intel in 2025. That's the long-term possible gain. Like that's what's appealing about it, because if they pull that off, I mean, obviously this stock is to the moon. It's just not an easy thing to do, and they're spending hand over fist right now, and their margins are hurt because of that, and their cash burn is pretty large because of that. So there's a lot going on with it. But for now, I just think it's pretty decent level. I'm short it now just because of the momentum. But let's get to the next, which is Meta again.
Yeah, we were wondering what was going to happen today, day after earnings, and that huge move that we saw yesterday. A couple of things to note for Meta this morning. Goldman Sachs, I mean, just a price target increase, but a nice positive note anyway, pointing to 300 versus 245, so a decent jump there for them. And then just when we came on there, I was highlighting this, The Verge reporting Meta talking to Microsoft and OpenAI about doing a AI coding assistant for their engineers. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely. And they were talking about that on the call. He wants to incorporate AI into much more than just, the generative part. So we'll see what this brings. You've got to assume they're probably some of the front runners, given the amount of engineers and coders that they have on board.
Another day, another move to be traded, guys, for Meta.
Move?
I mean, we've talked about Meta a lot.
I'll say one. You already talked about Meta a lot, so let me I'll add one thing because I know we've already talked a bit about it. Right now, at least, I know you're looking at that 240, very similar to what Microsoft did. Microsoft had the gap up. I think we all saw it. Like, it went to that 300 level, like made the high, and then broke the high the next day. So Meta is a very similar move, although it never really challenged the high. It gapped up, kind of topped out at 242. Now you're not even testing that breakout. Were we to break maybe next week or something, I think the way Microsoft kind of ran off that 300 break, that sets up 42 to be something on Meta. The support ended up, not at I traded at the 37 level, tried to reverse it, didn't work, so that's the only level I traded. But really you're now looking at sub that without a really defined bottom, like 35.5, so maybe 35. And then this 240 up top, which I know you're playing with at 240 level currently. I think next week the 242 does become into play there. Not a heck of a lot to watch here. What we're really dealing with, and whether it's Meta, whether it's I'm in having me Intel, Coinbase. I'm in Coinbase. I can talk about that in a quick second. What's really come into play is we're rejecting the high. 13.3 on the NASDAQ. We're only 0.4 to the upside. I can show you the ES as well. You're right on resistance at the top. And it's not screaming the way it was yesterday. It's an upward trend. There's no question about it. It's pretty bullish. But if you got something at resistance, I think you make a play with it. I didn't show you guys coins, so let me actually just get to that now. I was short Coinbase multiple times, but right now I'm shorted off of 54. Kind of a lower high twice. Kind of missed this one. Tried to get back into it. If it gets down to 53, I think I just take this one out. Last time it bounced off 53. It's done it a couple of times here. So the inside range has been 54 to 53 on Coinbase. I'm working that short.
Yeah, so we just, oh no, we just missed a short there on Meta. Yeah, so look, I like the name. We've talked about it. I think it's a second day move. Yesterday was a big mover, obviously, for Meta, but it, like I was talking about before, it really just makes the move in the morning there. And then since then, it's kind of just faded all the way back down here and then did nothing pretty much in the afternoon except for watching out for that 237 level. So if we're going to come into today and see what we did on Meta, I mean, right now we're short, but it was just shorting that bottom break of 237 today. And we actually did a good job because when I look at this, it doesn't look like there's too much of a win here, but Meta is my #1 stock today. So, you know, we're taking advantage of this 239 level that was there early. And now we're trying to take advantage of the 240 level. So just a couple quick shorts and not really holding on for too much here today. The market and Meta not having the same kind of day it had yesterday. So we take that into consideration and just try to trade it accordingly. So, you know, we'll still keep going against that 240. That's 240.25 or so as the top. So that's something that's pretty interesting right there. So let's just, Meta just pull back again. Like I'm waiting for it to get closer to 240. So if that comes into play, you'll see me get some more shares. But until then, man, Meta stays by itself. We have Top and Megal next. So I just want to go over to Apple quickly because I'm noticing that this is just fluctuating and it's not really doing anything. So yeah, look. Yeah, I mean, okay. So maybe 168.20, we just take it out if it hits that. I'm going to put a stop. I don't need it to break this top, 168.55. So I'm going to put a stop in on Apple, 168. Oh, I'm already there. I'm there. I'm already there at 168.60. So I'm already here. So that's my stop right now for Apple, 168.60, if you were wondering. So let's just see. We'll short everything right now, Meta and Apple, with Meta not doing much and Apple still $1.30 in the money. Time to go over some of those monster movers today with Top and Megal.
Yeah, as we saw that statement that came out when we came on there from Top Financial, love that name, basically saying they don't really have any reason as to why this is happening to their stock and basically said the stock market is risky and participate at your own risk.
You're on your own, Brendo.
So that's from Top today, MEGL, though, same thing.
I like Huddy, guys, HUDI. Come to my screen because we were trading this one on the midday show. Mod, beautiful dip there right into VWAP, but look at this level, holds really well. This 1240 level here at 725, you get the retracement into that, Brendo, and now we're back up above 8.
Yeah, well, we'll see if this continues into next week. As we saw going back a couple of years ago in 2020, there was all kinds of these types of moves, and they would last, you know, 2-3 days, even 4 or 5 days on the way up, and then give you the same kind of time frame on the way down. So again, really no news, guys, for Top or Megal today, but wow.
It's no news, but it's got a pretty solid spread. $6 I'm looking at right now for you to get a solid board lot, like 100 shares. You'll have inside that, you might have like sub 100 lots, but the actual spread, anywhere from like $3 to $6 at these times. It just failed 180. I mean, I shouldn't say failed, it just stalled at 180 a little bit, but it's been gently trending to the upside. Megal at least gave some trades today.
Just put some in here.
And quite frankly,
oh, I'm yawning like crazy.
If it does pop down and kind of check back into $3, I might take a shot at this one. I was playing this early, like very simply, couple of breaks. This break was when Tops halted up, and so I just went long as Tops halted up, kind of looking for the bigger move, which ended up happening later. I stopped it out, and then we got the $4 break into like, it ended up getting to like 460 or so. I stopped the last out. I'm like, yeah, I'll just take the money and run, and then it ended up bouncing off 3. So if we see 3 again, that makes some sense to me. But Tops, that's a no-fly zone for me. I feel like I paid for the locates in case it went to like $500 or something, and if I'd used it at $250, it would have worked, but quite frankly, I was waiting for something just so over-the-top, ridiculous opportunity to maybe even take a shot at the short just in case. They were 12 cents a share, so it was pretty cheap to have it in the back pocket, but I'm not going to trade that this afternoon. Megal bouncing off 3, I might take a shot at that. Megal? Come on, Sharif.
I've already spoken about the Microsoft stuff on the midday show, but
he's always correct. Yeah, he just makes up.
But I was going to say, like, to each their own, you know?
Yeah.
There's a few things that I think that we probably said in the past with little nicknames here and there, so nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with that.
Schmeagle.
There you go, see? So there you go. More names to come, so yeah, that's welcome to Trader TV Live, where we have some fun, especially on a Friday right now.
Friday.
Sharif just caught me yawning there, and he's like, do you need more coffee? And I'm like, I got...
Oh, I was going to have a coffee this afternoon.
Bro, let me finish what I was going to say. And then he offered to get me a coffee, and I already have one. So.
Are you actually going?
What?
I'm going to the gym. Oh, you're going to the gym. I don't know. I'll probably take a bathroom break anyways. Oh, you're
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Neil's got to go home, I think. Are you staying for the social?
I might stay for a drink.
Good,
It's
yeah, you
it's
should.
movie night, but I'm gonna stay for a drink. Oh,
Yeah.
silence, Greg.
Yeah.
So Greg's like yelling, "Yo, Neil's actually staying," because he gives me a hard time because I always like to run home to my daughter. That's how I roll. I'm lame like that.
Yep. Okay, so right there, what are we talking about? Yeah, Tops and Mega. Yeah, no, I don't. You guys know I don't really trade those, but the one thing that I wanted to look at was FRC instead because it's if we're talking about these names, we're talking about halt game anyways all day. So yeah, we'll have a quick look at this quickly for FRC, and I just wanted to say like, you know, halting that first halt. Like I feel like you always want to be able to be involved at least a little bit here with some of those halts. So there's the first one. That was really the one that started all the downside. So I think like a missed opportunity there today. And then if anything else, you see the way these are colored up here. So like if it's a green halt, you're gonna always try to go long on that last piece there. And then the up halt as well. Yes, that is Chill Vibes. That is Kat sitting back there. So welcome if you hadn't seen it for the first time. There it is right there. There she is. What's up, Kat? What you got there? Is that pasta? There was some tortellini today. Yeah. This is going to be her thing, dude, is just to put the food there. She had the sausage the other day, and then now she's got that today.
The free advertising for,
as well,
where's your coffee?
on there. She has that. That must be done. Oh, the Trader TV Live cup. I like that
With
one.
napkins inside.
And the iced coffee is done. Okay, Kat, we get it. You got everything over there, so that's really nice. Things we don't sell. Milk jug. I think we should sell that as well. But just on the chart here. Like, you know, and this is what I was saying on the midday show with Sharif, it's just like, if you take all of the halts today, I actually think you make a lot of money because all the down halts have sort of continued to go down, and then the up halts have really been holding some of that or going up. So like, this might have been a problem because there's the down halt there at 60s, but then it opens at 50s. So if you take sort of the opening print every time, it's not been great on the opening print, but you know, if you let it go upside there, it gives you a little bit of room. So I guess this one really wouldn't have worked. This last one was pretty flat right there, needless to say, on the halt. So, you know, you halt, you short there, you know, it's moving it down. And then I guess if you take that, it even does open up there, then you get out. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that there's been some decent halt opportunities for FRC today, as it is now down 40%. And I remember it was down 50% 2 days ago, then 30% again, then 38%. Like, how can a stock keep going down 50% easily? You keep going down there all the way until it gets to zero. So I would say be very, very careful. And we have SIVBQ now as well, that we can always remember the Titans there on what happened with SIVBQ, because this is another name there that came back over to the pink sheets right down here at 40 cents and then did a little bit of a dance the first day, didn't do much, and then it ripped up, broke $1, ripped up to $1.40, and now since then has settled back down here at 50 cents. So if it is pink sheet kind of day here for eventual end for FRC, you know, you might get some action in the first couple of days. So let's stay tuned to that. The other name that, of course, could go over and will be going over to the pink sheets, apparently, is Bed Bath & Beyond, and that's as of May 3rd, I believe. Double check all this stuff because I don't want to give you the wrong dates, but I'm pretty sure it was close of May 2nd. It should resume, I believe, on the pink sheets on May 3rd. So get ready for that, and if that's wrong, we'll try to update that as it goes. But for right now, that's Bed Bath & Beyond. That could be going over to the pink sheets as well. So if it goes over under at 10, probably goes over there, probably opens up around 10 or so, and then you see some action over there on a brand new market. All right, new fill right now, it's 240. There, we just grabbed it for $239.90. It did go all the way down to 60, so that was 30 cents. Let's put a bid there because, again, we're trying to be smart about what we're doing right now. And that is to take smaller wins, and then if the market does actually decide it wants to do something, we'll see if we're the right way or not. And again, someone asked in the chat where my stop was, and if you said 240, you win nothing, but it is accurate. We are going to get stopped out if it breaks above 240, and I'm just going to up it right there to why? Because if you're looking right here, this was the wick highs earlier on right there today was up at 240.25. So I feel like as long as that's my out right there, and it's not, I got to switch that right now to put that up there. So 240 240.26. We will stop out of everything here on this name. So 240.26, a complete stop out of 100% of our orders. So we put in that smart route that gets us out of 100% of our trade. And the reason why I put that in is because I'm also bidding 60s. So if it does come in and fill me at 60, then I have a third less or a quarter less of the shares that I have now, and I don't want to get blasted up and get overfilled on that trade. So right now we're short. We just took the fill at 80. I'll give you the exact price, 85 probably, yeah, 85. So right now it's not doing too much. That's Meta right now. Look at the market though. You know, Neil switched over to a bull. Look what it's been doing here. This is just a daily chart, straight up for Meta here on the last couple of days. And then the NASDAQ right now is doing nothing, and you can see Meta's trying to go back up. So let's see what happens right now. Meta going against the market a little bit, but the market's trying to break down. So we've got Apple right now, which is motoring to the downside, trying to break that level, and here we go right now. Let's see if it get down, Apple. Get down, find your home right here. So we'll see if Apple can break that low of the day right now. We have $1.70 in the money on this one, and there goes Meta. So we'll flush it down a little bit here. We take a 60 fill like we said we would. And now we'll see about it breaking. Look at that. That's why, like, wow. This is what the NASDAQ does, man. Honestly, look at the NASDAQ. It tries to flush. Look what it just did.
I know.
Tried to flush, came right back, would have stopped you out if you had aggressive stops. And, oh, man, this is like, it's a good thing it's near the end of the day here, and we're kind of trading with lowered amount of shares right now, because when you see stuff like that, how could I possibly take 500 shares of anything?
It's a trap.
Yeah, you feel like it is a trap. You don't have that one, do you? But this one is not a trap. This is Google. I think if you break 107, you want to go long. And that's just one of those levels right there that, I don't know. I mean, we have some top wicks very similar to Meta up there to 107.20, so maybe there is a little bit of a pause for concern. But I just feel like you're holding VWAP, you're holding the 200, you're trying to hold the 50, and you know, if the market really starts to get upside, Google's been working the last couple of days. Obviously, that 105 bottom has held pretty nicely there.
Has it though?
Well, what, yesterday? No, yesterday was 104. What? Oh, because there's, actually, no, I don't have that one.
Oh, you don't have that wick? I have that wick.
No, I don't have that wick. Okay, so that's, I thought we had the same
No,
settings,
it has,
but,
we're in the same software.
Anyways, yeah, I like that 105 level.
Yeah. I want to shout out to, we got a super chat here from Tyler. Been watching the show for 3 years.
Congratulations!
Yep. Quit your day job 2 years ago and been trading full-time ever since. Grab a couple drinks on me, gents. It's risky. It's not an easy thing to do, but it is satisfying. It is definitely satisfying. Eat what you kill, to be sure. Do it the right way. Build your bankroll. Be conservative with it. Like, do all the right things. Like, you build your bankroll and don't get too out of hand. Because quite frankly, as a trader, you always need that. It's your security blanket. But yeah, we are having the social tonight. Just ran into Dimitri. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Oh, good.
So he'll be here. Just what some people from the back office. When there's a social, all of a sudden a lot of people that are remote are here this Friday. So
that's the point.
It's pretty, it's the whole idea. Get everybody in and just have a little bit of fun.
Exactly
So that should be nice. Thank you for the super chat there. So I did notice
the traders are loading the fridge with some beverages.
I know they're locked and loaded and ready to go too, as usual. We'll wait until it's go time, to be sure. I'm still in just Micron. Intel I had a couple of fills as we were talking about other stuff on Intel, but it's still holding 31 even. So that 31, I'm short the quarters. It's now double tapped 31. Maybe I just want to get on this bit. I'll get to like 3 or 4 or something like that in front of that 31, just in case it doesn't break and we bounce off the top. If we end up, and quite frankly, we might. If we end up just inside here, this is 13.2 on the NASDAQ, 13.26, 13.29. If we're in a 30 handle range for the next half an hour to an hour, well, then you better be scalping in front or not doing anything at all. So you can reduce your position size, you can slow yourself down, or you can just play at the periphery, or you can wait for the move to happen. Like if we break out of the range, that's all we need, right? Like lots of things. I like that Google 107. Wick on my chart notwithstanding. I was short it once in the afternoon off the 107 level, and look what happened. It just could not break 106.60. So I realized that this was way too strong, holding that consolidation. I got out of it, and that's all the more reason to like it. So, if 107 can break out, that's an interesting long to me. And I like that because I was sitting in the short and realizing how much it was not working. Despite it made money, it wasn't working as far as I'm concerned. Top is still, it actually halted to the downside, so it's still doing some top things. But FRC might have something for us this afternoon. So it failed 4 once, halted down, recovered, and now it's sliding sideways. It almost feels like one more challenge and fail at $4, and that would be a pretty solid shorting opportunity. Kind of the same thing it already did rolling over here, or maybe just trying to break out, failing that break off the $4 level. That's the only level to play off right now on FRC. Like, wait for it to really test 4, maybe a quick over-under, and then grab that trade. So I have that on one of my level 2s, just in case I get that push into 4 and I can get a quick fade.
All right, yeah, so good one there. Let's figure out what's up to new traders with small account sizes. Yeah, this market will trap you. Good job there. Chill vibes, but every market will trap you. It's just about whatever stock you're trading there. I would just be very, very careful if you do have a small account size. I don't know if I would be looking at those kind of stocks. You could get blown out in one day, and then that's the end of that. So just practice. If you have a small account size, I would just say stay in sim mode or paper trading for a little bit. Watch how these stocks are trading, and then pick your poison one day and go for it. PayPal. People want to talk about PayPal. PayPal today introducing crypto to crypto deposits or withdrawals from Venmo, I think was the story there on PayPal. We can try to confirm that, but I don't really see too many volume spikes here on PayPal. So people want to talk about it, so I'm going to do it just real quick here. Yeah, I mean, not much happening here today. You know, nice move down. We could zoom out a little bit just to get a little bit of a bigger move. I mean, unless that, again, not much happening. I mean, it's straight up 2%. It was straight up off the open. But since then, it's kind of just hovering around right now. And the way these lines are and this VWAP, I mean, if you can get something back down to 75, that's fantastic. But for me on PayPal for today, looks like it's going to be sort of one of those stay away and, figure it out. There is the 20-minute chart. If anything, yeah, see, once you sort of zoom out, you can see a little bit more. And right there, this 76, wow-wee, that's... wow, we might have to put this on the radar for Monday or Tuesday or whatever day this happens. But that's 76. We wicked as high as 76.05. Like, that's nothing. Yeah, so if we have another aggressive day on Monday, possibly upgrades or something like that, then I think that you do get a nice little opportunity to go long through 76 here on PayPal. So I would look at that. I'd look at that right now. I mean, if we take PayPal out, 76.
Pretty close right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't have a problem putting that order in. I actually...
It's up 2%.
Goggle. I wonder if that is a... Uh-oh. We're getting close to Google right now. I was going to say, I wonder if that's a better trade than Google because Google's still red on the day. Yeah. All right, we'll watch it. Meta right now is back up. A nice size on Meta, by the way, as well at 50s, at O's, sorry. There's a decent size. I think it was, I said 50. I think there was over 50,000 shares there. Yeah, sorry, 70,000 on EdgeX and another 30,000 on NASDAQ. But that's not... Those orders are not going to be a thing with 30 million shares plus second day on earnings. So we're going to watch out to see what happens here at 40. We're getting close, man. We're short at 15. We've already taken a little bit of profit on this name as the market's doing nothing and Meta's trying to go back up through 240. So yeah, if you want to be a little more aggressive on your out, you can get out at 240. I'm going to take a little bit more shares at that level once we break it. And I'm just going to wait for 25 to break right there. It's actually 20. Give it a little bit more love, but there's those tops from today. So we've done really well on Meta. Like I said, it is my number one name. So there it is. Meta's breaking right now upside, and so did Google. So there goes Meta. Unfortunately, it just took out that top, so we will have to do this because it did take it out. And really, I don't know why, but it's going upside and still not stopping. So good outs there. Would have been a little bit of a better out at 240, obviously, rather than 240.25, but we get it at exact fill, so it's okay. Still not a nice move to the upside there if you were short. There goes Meta, probably now breaking long, man. We are long, and hopefully we can hold this for a little bit. That is Google. We are understanding that there was these tops here this morning, and if we zoom in just a little bit, I'm just trying to find out where my first out would be. Tens? Nah, let's take that out, man, and we'll 50. See if we get something in here.
It's going to
25s. Yeah, hopefully it's going all the way. So we'll see what's going to happen right now. But I would not be surprised if this just kind of floats back down again. Meta breaks the top there. Let's just hold on to Google for a little bit and see where it goes.
Uh-oh. I'm trying to get rid of that wick right now, so let's see if it works. Oh, I might have just jinxed it. Anyways, I just jinxed it.
Yeah.
I had the same break. I was short this level. A lot of times when you get out on a level like this, and it's like, that's too strong. It's worth that shot. So I think giving it that chance makes a lot of sense to me. I might get out of Micron here. It hasn't stopped me out just yet. Yeah, well, that's where my 3-minute used to be, so let me stay on the 15-minute here. Micron is up at that 64 level. It's at 63.90. I'm short at 81. I'm not giving it all the way to these wick tops on the daily. That's like 64.70, 65 even. I'm not carrying this $1 against me. That's, you know, it's not a successful way to do things. Coinbase, however, I might reload it. If we get back up, yeah, I'm on the offer. Let's see if we can get just a little bit higher into that 54 level. My first entries were at 74 on Coinbase. You know, I'll just show you guys this. This is my 3-minute that I use up here. So I just actually got filled on coin, so in mid 75s. If we get anything a little tighter to 6 to 54 even, we're just going to rinse and repeat. We're able to get shorts in here. We're able to get some out in front of VWAP. It double bottom kind of at 53. So it's got an inside range that I'm playing in Coinbase. If we break higher in the NASDAQ, decent chance that'll happen here on Coinbase as well. A check over. Just always make sure that nothing crazy is happening. There is a bit of a bump happening in BTC, but it is also, I don't know, about 100 points off of the afternoon high. So actually no more like 60 points off the afternoon high. Just checking my charts over there on Binance. So very similar movement happening this with Coinbase and Bitcoin and the overall market. If it gets out of hand, all of a sudden starts diverging from the market, then I'd be in some trouble. Brittany, Brit took the 88 AMD break instead of the 75 on NVIDIA.
Congratulations!
And you want to know why I'm saying congratulations? Because this is, never mind.
Yep.
I forgot I'll have to put my 3-minute chart back. But I actually had, this is 75, and that is, 75, it goes to 76. I was in it pretty briefly, but AMD on the other hand, the 88 break versus the 275 break, which one looks better? Now, look, NVIDIA won, it went up, but AMD straight up shot, up the dollar, pretty clean, no stop in sight. Like that's 3 consecutive green candles on the 15 before it consolidates off the high. So much cleaner breakout. So congrats for taking that one. I wish I could say I took it, but I took something else. I'm gonna go get my 3-minute chart back, and then I'm going to possibly, I missed my other fill. I'm gonna take some more out of Intel because it's at that 31 level, but I have to see where I can get more Coinbase as well.
What's up, Nathan Wilder right here, man? Like, yeah,
Wilder.
That's awesome, man. 14 months. Thank you so much, man. Love the show as always. We love all of you. And I want to thank everybody for continuing to support the show because without everybody out there, we wouldn't have anything. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Meta 240. Yeah, we know that one. That already broke. What's up, Anthony Kerr? You've been here for a while as well, I believe. So yeah, shout out to everybody up there enjoying the show and the stream. And thank you for becoming a member. Anybody can become a member. It just lets you be green on the chat there, and you get little emojis, and it's $5 a month. It's literally just to support the show and give us a little bit, of extra juice here. You see that what we're doing. Got the green screen over there. We're making all these different improvements, and quite frankly, I mean, the YouTube revenue, it's not like they're making us rich. I think it
helps build the desks,
Yep,
the cameras you see here, guys. That's what it's all about for us.
What's
man.
up,
We want
David
you guys to have a
Kyle?
good
Even
experience.
me, Sean? What does that mean?
What?
Okay, no, shout out to David Kyle there in the chat unless you wanted that. What's up, Big Pay? Pay Big Dave. Always pay Big Dave. If you have somebody named Big Dave coming after you, you just pay him.
Yes.
Pay Big Dave, and you get over with that. So shout out to you, Big Dave. That meta short killed you? Well, okay, should not have really. I mean, I don't know what you were doing there. That 240. I mean, I know what I was doing, and we got out for 15. Well, that was a 40 cent hit. Right there on Meta. So, we talked about it possibly getting to that high. It looks like it did blow it out just a little bit to 240 and change right there. So, yeah, we talked, I mean, the only thing I can tell everybody out there is that I had said before when we were shorting all this that we were not using a lot of shares on this level because we saw what happened yesterday when the market just ripped up. So, shorting a name like Meta at the end of the day with what we've seen happen over the last couple of days doesn't make much sense to use too many shares, but yeah, that's my advice. Just like the Google trade, it's not that many shares. Like we have a break there of 107 and we're long, but I'm not like, how could you be super confident right now when the market's doing what it's doing?
It's not even moving.
Which exactly. Yeah. Like, pick your spots, and I used that analogy earlier about, getting a base hit 1 out of every 3 at-bats. Like, it's when the trade is there is when it matters. Like, that's when you want to execute the right amount of size, execute the trade. And a lot of the times we're sitting here putting on trades, and I'm going to tell you if I like something. So let me just do something quickly here on Google, what I like. So I've taken the break. Now, I am waiting down here. I'll give you my exact price, 82. So, that's right where this 50 period is, roughly right there. And I want to try to get out. Like, I'm going to put on some more shares in the 80s, and then we'll get out if it drops too much below that. Like, looking at like a 70 or a 60 or something like that, levels that we've sort of respected before. So, we'll take the break for a small amount of shares. And if it comes back in and the market's, we can judge it based on what the market's doing, and then get a fill down here somewhere. And then, get out. Like, we'll put on, you need to put on 1,000 shares, and you take a 10-cent hit. Like, that's not that bad. I mean, depending on your account, or 100 shares or 200 shares, whatever it is. But I'm just not going to play a breakout expecting to hit the moon now. Like yesterday when the NASDAQ was just pumping, and you take a breakout, a lot of the momentum in the market carries you through. But for right now, I don't see that in the market, so any kind of a pullback is what I really want to respect. So I'm going to wait for a pullback on Google to engage in more shares. Because right now, the market's kind of like in sleep mode right now. So if we do break through like that 106.70, 106.75 area, that's when I'll get out of an upsized position on Google. But for right now, we'll play the break. My target is 20s. We've talked about that for the first piece. And then maybe if the market goes into the afternoon, with it being power hour in 3 minutes, maybe we can get something back to 108. So that's what we're doing. And look, if you trade with half your default and the stock goes up $1, you're doing pretty good. So I'm going to use that. Let's see what happens here with Google.
Yes, sir. And just so we can have a little fun, we'll do top over under 200 at the close today. So I'll engage that one. I just got some intel as that starts to come to the downside. So the market's still in the range. And Intel, despite being up 4%, has been in a downward trend. This is why I sort my quote board by 2 columns. Like I sort it alphabetically a lot of time, but like you can show like how are we doing since yesterday's close, or how are we doing since the open? Like this is Intel. It's up $4. It's 4% essentially since yesterday's close, but it's down 3% since the open. And that helps to clarify. As a day trader, a lot of times you care about that second number. I know we'll always display it this way. It's just an old habit. That's how people do it in the markets and finance. It's just whatever. That's just a norm. But really, as a trader, it matters more that it's trending to the downside, and it's down 3% since the open. Now, it has a double bottom at 30.80. That's why I'm going to have this bid out here as it comes back in. I don't think necessarily anything's breaking out of the ranges. NASDAQ's at the highs right now. So if we're going to break out the top, is Intel really going to flush through the low? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I'm going to bid out in front of that bottom as long as we can. I'm in that same alphabet. It hasn't really, I had to get an offer. I'm just in case. I don't want it popping to the quarter as little as the market is moving, and I don't take anything out. So let's see if I can't get something out in front of that quarter mark. I got Coinbase as well. And unfortunately for me, well, it doesn't really matter. FRC. Remember we were talking about that 4? It did it. I was yapping away, or maybe I was fixing my chart. I'm not sure what I was doing in that moment, but I did miss out. I had level 2 open. I didn't see it happen. Wasn't quite fast enough, but it gave that wick right into $4 and the failure. You're trying to get a fill. So when it goes above 4, it goes to 405. You're trying to get a fill somewhere in there in like the 395 range. So you're short tight to it and you just be sitting in it. As opposed to sitting in this with like a 30-cent stop, that would be the way to get in with like a 10 to 15-cent stop. But anyways, it ended up happening how I would have wanted it. I just am not in it, unfortunately. We are into power hour, to be sure, but the market doesn't want to power up through that top. We're still green on the day. That's why it's a bull. But if you don't break this range to the upside, it'll take not much of a move. If there's any break of consolidation down, the NASDAQ probably closes red. That's how razor thin this kind of consolidation is. It wouldn't take much. We're only 0.4% to the upside.
Yeah, so the only thing I would say about all of that is that I just took out a piece of Google right there at 14s. So that was good. Just 12 cents. It went to the high, stopped, retraced, and made it back. So there's the trade there. So I just got in and out, but I'm only out of 10% there. So let's see if it can go up higher. All right. So I just want to look at this. This is the NASDAQ here, right? And so yesterday's top there before we fell back. Well, we didn't fall at all. We fell back into today. But we're right back here. We're above where we were yesterday. Obviously, if the NASDAQ's green, we're above where we were yesterday. But we are looking at some of those tops again. That's 13.3. So you're getting close to that right now. You're at 13,285. There's the top from yesterday where we absolutely hit and then came right back. So we're gonna have to watch out for that right now. 13.3 coming in. This is a half-hour chart on the NASDAQ. You can also see right there, this top is also 13.3. So, you know, we've been up here before. This is probably a spot where you don't want to exercise new longs unless you do take that top out. So we're gonna wait for 13,300 to come in pretty soon. And yeah, so it's now 3 o'clock as we get ready for Power Hour. Let's throw it over to the desk and get some updates with Brendan.
Yeah, 1 hour to go, guys, in the trading day and obviously the week as we head towards the weekend here on a positive note, which is good to see. But we are coming off a little bit right now. Once again, I was just keeping my eye on the Russell here, 2000 specifically. Notably strong out of these three, about 0.5%, 0.8 and 0.5% there for the 1, 2, 3,000. Of course, where all the regional banks are, CNBC is still, and again, talking about FRC and what could happen this weekend. So if you are looking at FRC, just keep that in mind. 0.5% on the NASDAQ composite, 0.4 right now for the NASDAQ 100. The big one struggling a little bit today, 0.6, we'll call it, for the S&P and the Dow. If you remember, much earlier today, this came out, March PCE, comes out a little bit higher than expected. So still sticky, as they say, for the Fed's preferred reading on inflation, again ahead of Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week we get the two-day Fed meeting. Obviously Wednesday we'll get the decision. Looks like it's going to be another quarter-point hike. We talked about this very briefly this morning. Cloudflare still trying to get back to the upside, but ugly looking chart. Kind of looks like Pinterest and Snapchat for that matter. Gaps down and just does nothing all day. I mean, it's $2 worth of a range, but still pretty sideways, guys, for net today.
Yeah, that was. Sometimes the stock just falls so far that, you know, there's not much that's going to happen. Quite frankly, you can think the report's really bad all you want, or all the negativity in the world, but I think that's exactly what happened with Cloudflare. And if anything, it's like you just come in maybe thinking about the long. And if I was only thinking about the long, obviously you would catch it. It's so much is hindsight here. But there is one setup that I do like. When you do get a big move to the downside like this, and you establish a low like it has, a higher low at 43, like you have 42 bottom in aftermarket, 43 lower high, obviously good volume at that 43 level in the aftermarket, relatively speaking. If it gives any kind of a pushback into 43 on Monday and holds, I think it's a long off that level. It's just risk to reward. It's the same reason sometimes you go counter trend up at the top at the end of the day. I think that kind of holds up here. So we'll see if it's there. I don't know, that'll set up. Pinterest will have a very similar setup. By the way, Pinterest is already, it's actually at 23 right now. Like I was short around this level earlier when it failed that break, and now it's pretty much just barcoding at that 23. This could be a break in trend situation, but look, it's just going sideways. I need to see volume pick up. If the volume doesn't pick up on this break, it's not going to be any good. So you got to be really patient with it. Otherwise, I did get out of Coinbase. That's on the NASDAQ. I hit New York too fast. There we go. So Coinbase just busted 54, so I'm out. First time good, second time no mas. But I'm not going to be sitting there holding these. If it takes out my level, I'm just going to stop it out there and try not to be stubborn about anything. Same thing with Micron. It breaks 64. I'm getting out of Dodge. I was able to, again, just kind of like was on Coinbase, was able to get enter twice. I was able to get one scalp trade out. I added back in, and now it could take out the high of the day. I'm sitting in this for a VWAP retracement. It's more about the level on the daily chart for me here. So I'm not saying I take multiple swings, but this is, if we're not above 65 next week, I'll probably like to short this level on Monday as well. But I'll have a tighter stop today, just given the way yesterday happened and the way we're looking today. It's a very trappish day, and I don't want to give it back. Like yesterday was rough. Today has been pretty clean, and I want to keep it that way.
Yep, exactly. That's my logic right here. I did make a keystroke error while you guys were gone. I got in and out at 107 right there. I realized I didn't have a stop down here at 106.70, so I put it in, but I typed in 107.70. So that instantly got me out, and we're back in. So if you do see, I'm long at now at 107 flat. We used to be 107.02. So I actually lost 2 cents because I got out and in, and so that is what it is on that one, but no damage done. I just want to give everyone an update. If you do see a change in price and you see this there, I'm still long. I'm not averaging back into it. My average in is down here at 106.80, so hopefully that can come through, and then we'll see what happens on that. Amazon's still down 3.5%. That FRC, again, I think, I know Neil's talking about it, but you just want to wait for that to go into a halt state. So if you do have it up beside you or anywhere as an extra level too, I think that's a smart thing to do, and wait to see it going into halt. Hopefully Neil or I will scream if it is. Maybe the guys behind us will as well.
Well,
so
maybe not scream. I'll probably scream.
Who knows? At least make light of, and then we can hear about it. $90 for AMD. Look, I've been wanting to go short AMD ever since it broke through 90. Maybe next week is a completely different story. I've been looking for shorts on AMD, although today we wrote down here, oh no, it was yesterday. I don't know, I have to find yesterday's sticky note, but we did have AMD written down there yesterday for a little bit of a buy, but you can see what's been happening here today for AMD. Huge move off that 87 level. So let's just see what that looks like on a 3-minute chart. Okay, so yeah, hard to have said that this was going to hold in the morning. Really nothing that would have told me that from yesterday that was a hold. Let's zoom out a little bit more just to see if there is, yeah, I mean, if anything, you probably let this thing go down to 84 again and then watch out for that bottom of 83.75. So that could have been a good trade there yesterday off the open. And then today off the open, you dip into 86.50, which doesn't really give you any sort of a clear identifier there. So I don't think that was a trade for me today. Looking at this, all right, so this is 90. So like since that 90 break, we've talked about it the last week or so, definitely been a bad week for AMD, but the last couple of days, you're starting to get back going again, but so has the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ can hold out and keep going through this 13.3, then yeah, AMD has a really good chance to work again, back up to the upside. Shout out to everybody in the chat that was like, man, Meta's still a short. I don't know how you guys knew that, but you are 100% right. There's Meta off that break right there, 240. You could have had $1 back to the downside. So if you had that, man, wow. I don't know what indicated that, but that was a good one. If you can tell me what you were looking at, maybe another moving average.
Magic 8-ball.
Or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to call every decision that people make as an 8-ball decision, of course.
Well, I have no idea.
I know. That's why I wanted to see, was there something there? So the only thing I'm looking at is when I got stopped out, we did have a big, huge, not a big, huge one, but a big enough candle there, like the biggest one in the last hour on that stop out spot. So maybe it was just an extended move because of volume, and we sort of saw that right here, but then it continued up as well. So I don't know. That was just a good little take there. Here's the thing. Trend, MACDs.
This is the thing. Like, you can see multiple answers, like MACD trend, hit a fib level. So look, there's
always going to be something.
Yeah, there's always going to be something. You just have to find something that works for you.
Out on Google.
That's sort of the thing. Yeah, Google can't seem to do anything. Oh my goodness, I don't want to scalp.
What are you? Are you long as well with me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're long at the same price.
But I'm offering in front of 20 and it's giving 10 cents. So
same. I just put an offer out. There you go. I got 13s.
I just offered 13 too, because if it's only giving 10 cents, not 20, then you take 10 cents because it's not moving. You know what is moving? Hootie hoo. This was okay. So yes, it was the paper hand trade of the day, but that's Treef just being harsh on himself. He was having some fun with that, but that's been a good runner. Look at this ride. The train to the upside. It's about to take $10. I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't looked at this on a higher time frame, it's worth doing so. That's the higher time frame. Okay, so we get that one out of the way. $10, it just kind of pulled back. I don't want to say rejected because it hit 10 and is coming back in. That is a double top. If it does not get back, look, man, if it starts consolidating or holding 8 to 820, this can easily make another run. This feels like the one that has a chance to go. Top is now beneath 150, down at 135. It's holding VWAP, but Hootie, whichever one it is, you guys tell me, did I pronounce it right? Is it Hootie, like Hootie Who, or is it Huddy? I think it's Hootie, so I'm going to keep saying that. So 825, if it holds that, I think there's a chance it can make a 10 break. I would much rather have an 820 long risking 50 pennies than take a $10 break where I'm not sure where I'd put my stop. That's why I won't take a $10 break. I have no idea where I'd stop it out. Sometimes it's easy to figure it out in a consolidation. Other times it's like, I don't know where I'd stop it out. So if I can't figure out where I'm wrong, I don't want to be in the trade. But if it can hold a dip in that quarter range, then I kind of like that long, all said. So Huddy like Kid Cudi?
Okay, so Huddy, that's
so
right.
It's Huddy. Okay, so I was
the best
wrong.
thing to do on that is remember when we had NEO and it was like one of the newer stocks and we weren't sure because it was NIO, so we were calling it NIO.
Forever.
So sort of the hack for that is you go onto YouTube and you put in the company name and then their, most likely their company page will show up or an analyst that you see on some other crazy television networks up there.
I've seen them get it wrong
They
too,
will
though.
have, they'll be wrong as well, but generally speaking, they would know the name and how to pronounce it.
In truth,
they're never speaking about Huddy though.
I think it was before we were on YouTube.
Yeah.
But when we were internal to Day Trade the World, like I'm pretty sure, I know I was saying, because it's NIO. Like I was
Right.
saying NIO for at least a few months, and then someone was like, you know it's NEO, right? I'm like, yeah. No, I didn't
Well, we
know
didn't
that.
know. We did not
And of course, we'll make the change. You got to be able to be humble every now and then. We could ask Fei, but he's not feeling well. So Faitana, Fahad is not here. Mahad's been on the ones and twos doing yeoman's work pretty much for 2 days while Fei rests up. So we all obviously wish him the best, and he'll get better. But shout out to Mahad, man. He's been doing a great job keeping it real over there. There it is, Micron. I'm no stubbornness. Short the high
Disney,
breaks, get out. So I'm
yes.
out at 64. Kind of a muted trade there, but the market is making a push at that top, which I think means it'll be Google, and then I'm looking for something else that I
I mean,
like. on a
Google's not
long
even
break.
damn well
It's not even
moving.
moving. Intel, I'm still in that one, but that's
any-
not that bad. I might reload. This is at the lows of off the lows of the day. That's not really threatening me. Maybe that Pinterest will make some sense through that 23 level, but no, that's actually rejecting 23.
Oh,
So
this is
forget
for
about
Brendan
that.
actually, or for all of us because we have a new whiteboard. I'm gonna go put it up there. But remember we had our names at the bottom of our.
Did we?
Yeah.
Really?
Prad put. You don't
We did?
remember?
I actually don't.
We had the
but that's
names
a
at
great
the
idea.
bottom,
That'd
right
be great.
underneath, and it was really great.
I'm
and it was
Neil.
there for one day.
That's Sean.
No, because everyone's spelling their SEANNEIL. I don't know.
That's
We'll talk about it. We'll put it on the. We'll put it up there again. But like because especially on the midday show, like people are.
See, there's an NEIL.
Did
right
we
there.
have it? You guys tell me if we had
cool.
that before. I believe we did. Oh, I think Pratt had done it. And remember, because I was complaining about the font, it was the wrong font or something. Did we have
It
that?
does.
Up?
It does make sense. It really.
I mean,
does.
just right below, like it could say Sean, and then it could say Neil, or whatever. That's right. You
no,
did,
we
right?
did. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure we did have it. Fahad, Prad. That's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out what happened. So we're gonna figure that out. I don't know. Maybe if there's a way we can adjust it. But there's Prad making his sort of daily cameo. I think.
He likes
There
to.
he is. There he is.
Deuces.
I thought I saw Prad. I thought you were going to the sauna. Oh, he came back. Okay, he came back from the sauna. So that's
the
what you
life
should
of a
do,
trader.
honestly. If you're going to take a break in the middle of the day, that's when you do it. Not at the close, Sharif. But he's working.
No,
all
but he's
day,
working at all. He's gotta do
right
what
there.
he
So I think that would be nice to do that. So come back for the close. I think that if you're going to do it, power hours in the building. So that's a good idea, Prad, to do that. What's up? People in the chat saying, "What's up, Prad? What's up, Prad?" So that's good.
P-Rad.
Yep. Okay, what's the bet today, Neil? People are asking
It's
about
there.
that.
It should. It's supposed to say it every now and then when you look it up. So it's over under 150 on top. So if I do
so what do you think
my
it's at?
bet,
Let me see.
it should
Oh.
put it up again. But top is at. Let me just get.
Has
go back
anybody
to it.
seen
It's at
Disney
130.
these days?
It's at 130. Disney going to be. What am I going to? Let's say.
You just probably saw.
97.
Wow.
102. 102. No, the last time I looked, it was at 97.
Yeah,
but
so
that was like
I
2
just
days
bought
ago.
at 98, like literally like what Neil said. I was talking about Disney on that Netflix number. So I bought, you can just go back, whatever day Netflix reported, I was buying Disney that day. I think it was 98, 97, 50, something like that. So I believe Disney, they're May 10th. And I remember that date because I was looking forward to it. So there it is, breaking out right now, Disney, trying to take out 102.50. If it does that, you get some nice, well, not if it does that doesn't really matter. But you are taking out some of these wick tops. It was actually 102.20. So we are now above that at 102.30. Like, again, Disney really excited over the last couple of days. We'll see if it can hold it. 96 yesterday up to 100, down through 100 today, back up over, and now 102.50. I like Disney. I've talked about it as being a second, third quarter story. I think they're going to have a much better report. Maybe not this time, next. Let's wait to see what happens in the summer as travel comes back. And then again, we have a lot of that, like, kind of, I mean, again, it's that whole Disney thing with Ron DeSantis and all that kind of stuff, and I believe a lot of that blows over at some point,
it's not working.
and you can go back to a name like Disney that continues to work. So let's wait. I don't want to get all political or anything like that, so I'm not going to do it. But that's what I think is that once that sort of little bit of a headwind finishes with Disney, maybe it doesn't, and then we'll have to reassess that. Oh gosh, we just got, okay. We got an 18 and a 19 there. I didn't even realize we had a 19 and I put an 18. Man, I do need that other coffee, man. I might go get a Spro right now, but my coffee got pretty cold there. So yeah, I'm exhausted, man. We had that outing yesterday. I'm not sleeping. I got to file my taxes. I'm not sleeping well these last couple of days for some strange reason. So, but that's okay. We're still on that exercise regime and we're eating good and everything. So just a little bit of stress right now coming through. So we're gonna have to try to get some more sleep this next coming week. And then, throughout the weekend, it's been tough. Like, I mean, part of me, I'm also tired because, we had our very first Little League practice, and that was a lot of fresh air, a lot of running around, and I made the kids chase me, which isn't that hard. I mean, I'm not Fahad at running or anything, around the diamond there, and that was a lot of fun. I'm so happy that baseball is back in right now for my kids. And then tonight is also my son's first soccer game, so that should be exciting. So I'm going to be leaving here, heading over to that as well as taking that call from my accountant. So that should be fun. Man, I hate tax season, and the problem is that all of you obviously know this as traders. You got to declare what you make. So and then you have some expenses here and there, so it should be fine, obviously. But this is the first year that I haven't done the taxes myself, so that's what's getting me stressed out. But get blackout drunk and you'll sleep? Yeah, that's not. I don't do anything like that.
Actually works.
Yeah, I think that was just. I don't think that was advice that I was supposed to take. Yeah, Pratt is helping right now.
Pratt was just helping. I don't know, like Streamlabs, sometimes it's a little bit finicky.
We can give Streamlabs to Bears vs. Bulls. He's asked to take care of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, there was again, that was not my call. I think it's great for me because then I don't have to deal with it all the bloody time, which is frustrating as hell. But sometimes it's like you refresh it a million times. It's not our software. We just have to use it. It works well sometimes, and other times it doesn't work at all. It says it's open. I saw one bet come in, but it's not refreshing and telling you guys, so there's not much I can do about it.
Okay, well, we'll try it.
Yeah, Pratt was just here, and he was trying to help out,
yeah,
and nothing was really working.
Yeah, there's Bears vs. Bulls. Yeah, no, look, I want to give a big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls because I get all your emails, man, and you know that, and we've talked about it back and forth. He's looking for more responsibility, and
trust me, I'd love if we would.
Why don't we just do that? I mean, we'll talk about it.
Well, you know the discussion that happens. So.
Okay, yeah. Don't worry, Hayes Records.
I got the same fill that you got on.
I got
Google.
double filled, so I actually got more than I thought because I didn't realize I had a 19 and it was just bouncing around to 18.
Oh, I got 18.
Yeah, see, so that's funny that we had the same outs there. But I had an 18, I had a 19 and it wasn't filling. So then I actually got filled on both of them on the same wick right there. So it actually made a move up and I got filled right there, see? It actually wicked, it stopped at 20, so I don't know if you would have got a 20 or not, but here's 20 right now. And there's Google, man, so there it is. For someone that said, oh, they got wrecked on their that meta trade, I mean, I hope you had the Google one. We talked about why I like this. There's the break on Google, nice little move to the upside despite the NASDAQ. Actually, it's Meta that's moving down despite the NASDAQ, but there's the NASDAQ taking out the day's high. So, yesterday I would have been short everything against... Oh my God, the man has returned. It is Fahad in the building right now. What the hell are you doing back here, my guy? So he's not feeling that well, but shout out to him for coming back right now. He has, you know what, Fahad, honestly, I don't mean this as offensive to him, but he hasn't really been missed. Mahad's been doing a fantastic job.
Which is a good thing.
So that's why I'm saying, shout out to Mahad. Fahad knows that. I messaged him, told him that Mahad's been doing an incredible job. So shout out. It's always nice. You see the energy. We're bringing the energy when I see my guy over there. So shout out to Fahad.
I can't believe he's even in. We thought he was done for the day.
You know what? I think we have probably some things to do over the weekend.
No, I know there's some work to get done.
Yeah, I want to shout out Fahad for stepping up and coming in there.
You the man, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I talk about. We always talk about that all the time, growing our team, getting bigger, better, and better and better and better. So
for you guys.
that is what's good. So shout out to Fahad. He's in the building right now. This might be a good time to race him because he's only at 50%.
Oh, I would never.
All right, MSFT.
You want to win when somebody's at their best.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It's about for some people, it's about winning anyway. No, you got to win the
Yeah,
right way.
yeah.
It has to feel good. But Brit, I know Brit, I hope you're still long AMD at 88 because I know NVIDIA is not really going. That's why I got out of my 75 long. But this is going to get to 90 today. Well, at least it feels like it. The NASDAQ is at, okay, it's breaking the high. It's at 13.3 and 3 handles. And this is AMD to the upside. I'll show you this way. That's breaking out. You have the ES, or you have the NASDAQ breaking 13.3. Just worth remembering, there is a bit of a zone up here that's been rejected already, so you could see, like when you're at a level like this, 10, 20 handles easily doesn't mean a lot, so it hasn't really broken out just yet, but at least it looks like we're headed somewhere to the upside, and you can get a bit of a push. Good job, Brit's still in the long. It's a great one.
Congratulations!
I love it. Whose voice is that? That's what I want.
That's a random. I don't think.
Oh, it's not one of us?
No. Let me hit it again.
Congratulations!
No, it's not one of us.
That's a random.
Feels like it should be one of us, but that's
Rando,
fine.
I would just say, was that Brittany or who was in that? Or Brit?
Brit.
It is.
Brit.
Okay, but I that 90 level,
90's that's a big ass.
I'd
level.
look to cash out if I was at that level. But
That's a big
that's
level.
we
That's a
don't.
big one.
We'll give financial advice every once in a while, but we're going to give
But
more
that's
trading
trading
advice.
Yeah, that's trading advice, and it's legit trading advice. Big resistance. You're long. It's 3:20. There's only 40 minutes left in the day in the session. 30 minutes till we get the imbalances. You know, it's only so far that it can go. Just watching. Oh, I just trash talked the Nvidia. Would have been fine. Look at the reload on Nvidia. I'm a long. And I go to Google 107, and Nvidia reload off 275 actually went $1.50. So that being said, Nvidia was pretty good if you ended up taking it. So there you go. But AMD was much, much better. AMD went clean off 80. None of this nonsense, going barcode, not moving, and then breaking out late. And as a matter of fact, it's already starting to pull back in. Steve G, isn't that Fred Flintstone? Well, I don't think, no, that doesn't sound like Fred Flintstone. That congratulations?
What?
Hold on a second.
Congratulations!
That's not Fred Flintstone. I don't think so.
No. I mean, I think
I watched that show a lot, like when I was a kid, so I feel like I would maybe get that.
You know what we needed? You know what we need here right now? What was that?
A banana cognac.
Winner. There was a button you could.
Oh, no, it was the easy button.
Easy. Yeah, that was
easy.
easy or something like that.
Yeah.
That was easy. Something like
we
that.
had that. We had one.
Yeah, we had one.
That
so
was that also might have been before YouTube though.
that is what it is, Ronnie boy. Yes, it's from Street Fighter. You know when you have a perfect round? I believe it says that because we used to have Street Fighter animations that are now gone, like perfect. Yeah, but this is.
Wait, you don't like? See, you're a Street Fighter guy.
No,
I'm a
it's
Mortal
not that.
Kombat
I just know
guy.
there's not much sound in that.
No, there isn't.
There's
any
nothing.
sound.
It's like, or it's an NBA Jam or something. Yeah, it's something like that. Perfect. Remember we had that perfect.
He's heating up.
Yeah, he's heating up.
He's
downtown.
He's unconscious.
Yes.
Can you
He's
tell
on
we played some
fire.
NBA Jam back in the day?
Yeah,
I love that
exactly.
game,
So,
man. Alonzo Mourning and Grandmama. That was.
Yeah, LJ.
You had to be
LJ.
like the Charlotte Hornets. By the way, that market turned a little bit. So we topped that. Remember 13.3 broke? And I'm like, well, you're not really breaking it until you actually get a significant amount above it. Intel turned a dime. That reload worked. I was just talking about NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA had just gone to 276 80s and has already pulled back into 76. So AMD probably pulled back as well. Google somehow, I mean, it was up 20 cents, so now it's up like 4. But it's not moving much. I don't know what to say. Like, it's not out of the money. It's in the money, but it's not really doing a heck of a lot. But that was a big turnaround on some of those chips. AI is running.
What
is it
time
really?
is it?
Ram said AI is running in the chat. Where is AI? Still under 20
It
bucks.
has to break 20 in order for me to get interested.
That's the thing. And this
What is it now?
It's at 18. So the reason why we keep talking about 20 on C3AI is this. Like every trader's like, okay, well, it gets to 20. Giddy up. Probably either direction, man. Like you short in front, break out long. But it's just been in a tight consolidation where it's either breaking down at 17 and it's quadunking, or it breaks 20 and we can see 23 as the next level resistance. So I know I'm waiting for one of those two things to happen. Inside the range, it's pretty solid, I guess, if you got it. That's a pretty good wipeout bottom, by the way. Like when I look at, wow, I'm not watching this in the morning, not a stock I was looking at, but look at the flat bottom break. That was an obvious fail break. Now, you take that break, you might actually win a little bit, but you know it's a failed break based on like the huge wick volume, and then when it holds the prior low. So it holds that prior low here, the long somewhere in there for that kind of a setup, like 1750. You've trapped a bunch of shorts in that particular case, and it just kind of glides higher as it's stopping anybody out that got stuck. So good look on C3. Yeah, that's a lot of green candles in a row on the 15-minute.
I'm starting to think, yes, there is a Mahad and a Fahad, literally exactly the way you just put that in the chat. Yes, correct. It's amazing, and they're like really great friends. That's the best part about it. So, yeah, it just makes working here so much better when you're working amongst friends and everything like that. And that's what we're building here, a big family. And we're building a family with you guys out there as well. As you can all follow us at Trader TV Sean, at Trader TV Neil, Brendan, all that. See everything you want to know. I also have a good, pretty aggressive, pretty active Instagram account.
Tahad's being
yeah, Tahad. Yeah, I might. We have that Ryu one. Yeah, you're right, it's Ken or Ryu. We've asked to get it. We're gonna get some of those old animations back. I just want to talk quickly about Google. I mean, again, sometimes it's just like we got out of more shares than we had thought, so we only have 40% left on this trade, and it looks like we got out at the very top, and now it's falling back down. And so what I was going to get at was we still have this 106.80 level right there. We'll try to average it down into the 200 period, but then after that, we have some, sort of correspondence there, crossing of the 50 and the 2 and yeah, but I didn't see the. That is it. I didn't see. That's not the right one, no, because
it
there's
has,
and it actually says, that's okay, thanks for finding that.
I think it was,
but that's
it had
close.
Ryu doing
it had the uppercut, and it had the talk with it as well. So, okay, we'll wait for that. Don't worry about it, Mahad. That's cool, man. That's good. Thanks for trying to find that. Okay, so again, we have a bunch of old animations. It's just they need to be rendered and all that kind of stuff. And we do have a request out for some more.
And we do have some new ones that are absolutely. I mean, these are just literally fantastic. I mean, just highbrow.
What? I don't mind that one.
Super. What do you got?
Oh, I was gonna wait for you. I had the bear riding one. Here, this one. Oh, do your slap one where you change colors.
This is okay.
I think you got a hell of a lot grayer, too. Let's hit that again. Oh, no, it's because it's the haircut. In the first one, you're smooth, like
how are you going to use a different picture?
Well, here's mine.
No, yours is, watch this.
Yeah, so
see what I mean about the logo
the shirt.
change?
Watch the logo.
Look at the shirt.
It's just superimposed, right? Watch my shirt.
And the watch and different.
Oh, is the watch different? Hold on.
Yeah, because it just flips.
Left hand, right hand, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty good, man. We'll see what's going on with that. So.
Oh, really? Ponzi, Fonzie, Ashy Larry? Come on, son.
Ashy Larry.
Although I might have a hot hand at a dice game every now and then.
Yeah. Where is that?
Clackety, clackety, clack.
Oh, it was Prad that had the cocoa butter. No. Playmaker sent it in. Yeah, to Prad, I think it was. Or was it to Sharif?
Dude. Okay, straight up.
Oh, it was to Sharif.
I have I have a lotion in my bag and a lotion on the desk.
Wow.
When I was in junior high, we refused to take the court one time. The starting lineup was so ashy. It's just a real thing. You got to keep it real, man.
You guys are ashed out.
We didn't take the court. I had to go back to my locker, get the lotion, and then 3 of the starting 5 then took the court. That's how we roll. No, Ponzi, it's all good, man. It's actually true, man. Sometimes you get a little ashy, it gets a little dry up in here, man.
I mean, you also don't have to be of, black color nature to have ash. I mean, all of us, I think.
It ain't the same.
It ain't the same. It's true. It definitely ain't the same.
Trust me, when it's bad, when it's bad, you know.
Yes. It's more visible.
It's like chalk.
It's more visible.
Chalk. You've seen the skit, right?
Oh man, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm more comfortable with you talking about this, quite frankly. But
no, it's fine. This is kind of my thing. It's like, but why? I've known you for 20-something years. Actually, no longer than that.
No. It just. So my wife is also saying always
years.
moisturize. Like you put the moisturizer on in the morning.
Of course.
You can see Arun has the moisturizing filter on for his call-ins as well.
When Arun calls in, does it not look like he's using an Instagram filter or something?
I've already said that.
Right?
No, not that he. No, that doesn't look like he's
using something.
Let's call it what
he doesn't. Trust me, man.
We'll see when he comes back here. I mean, I'm sure Arun has great skin.
He ain't no male model.
I'd rather not.
You guys all got all twisted, man. He's using a filter or something.
Is Kat trading Obi's account? No. She's just sitting there right now. Look, you see, she's just laughing a little bit right there. She's got her whole desk set up. What is that? Is that a little plush thing there? Yeah, what is that? Oh, that's nice. What are those things called? Oh, okay. And it goes flips into something else. Oh, happy and
Oh,
sad.
that's
That's nice. So just
leave-
keep it on the sad.
But it's
I don't,
always
if
on-
I ever, I don't ever,
What?
or keep it on the happy.
The
sorry.
happy.
I was gonna say, I'd never want to see that on the sad. Keep it on the happy. Was it on the happy today or was it on the sad? Happy. Okay, good.
See?
Pharrell. Happy.
Good song.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad song. Oh, you know what's coming up next week?
Besides the Fed?
No. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh my
Friday.
goodness. It is.
Can you believe that? So for everybody, shout out to Miami, shout out to everybody out there that celebrates Cinco de Mayo. It's on a Friday.
That would be wild.
That's a Friday for sure on that one, man. That Cinco de Mayo will be celebrated. Hopefully we can have,
Should I have the social ads?
You know what? That's what we should do for social media. We should do a Cinco de Mayo Trader TV. We should have tacos next Friday. You want to do that? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay, first of all, you know damn well I want tacos because the last time we had
this could be
tacos at
fun.
the office when you asked the caterer, it was the one day that I wasn't here. So you
Yes.
know damn
No, I'm
sure I
not
want.
asking the caterer. I'm talking
Oh,
about.
so we get our own tacos.
Right. I'm
Okay,
saying
that's
that
fine,
for the
We'll get our own
midday,
tacos.
because it's going to be the three of us. We'll rotate it out. We'll have some tacos here for the close and for the midday,
tacos.
and we may or may not have tequila. You like that? Let's show up Brendan on the screen. I want to get a nod from Brendan on this one
we don't have to have
as
tequila.
well.
We could do
Cinco
like,
de Mayo party, Brendo. What do you think? Not ready. Mahad. I'm asking Brendan what he thinks. Yes, always yes. Okay, there it
Brendan
is.
just knew that there was going to be some sort of booze involved and was like,
No,
yeah,
not
we're
even
good.
about the booze. We can have some shrimp tacos, some different tacos coming through. It's Cinco de Mayo. I think we should celebrate it. It's a good opportunity to build community. Everybody
may or may not have tequila.
We may or may not have tequila. Yes, we may or
If
may
you've been
not.
watching the show, you know we will. So.
Yeah, so let's do that. I think that would be. I think that would be fun.
Google.
Okay, yeah, Google just felt falling down a little bit right now. Yeah, everyone likes that. So let's see if we can have that. Yeah, we will put some pineapple. He'll have some pineapple in the tacos.
In a
I don't think
taco?
there's anything
That's-
wrong with
that's
that.
fine. I can do that.
For sure.
I can do
Patron,
that.
yeah, we'll figure something out there. You know what I liked? I like that. These guys had, was it Casa, Casamigo, yeah. Whatever they had there, I think it was, I don't know if it was Spencer. It was Ian's birthday.
It was Ian's birthday,
I think it was. And I did a shot with the boys afterwards. I was like, damn, that's tequila? Damn, Daniel, that was
Sometimes
good
it's just
tequila coming through. So
Meta
kaboom.
I saw the same thing you did.
Yeah, but they know how to, let's see.
I don't know. Chart yeah.
Yeah, Kakwank, downside right there.
Quadunk, downside,
A little bit of
falling
action
there.
there.
So why isn't, okay, it's Intel's below today. That's why
Pineapple
it's
and tacos, yeah, man. I think if it was a
No,
fish
why-
taco, I think that'd be very tasty.
No, like, well, I mean, yeah, it's probably a specific type of taco. Like traditional, I'm pretty simple. You know what I actually do like? I like the soft taco in the hard taco, like when you get the combination going. I think that's pretty good. You get the crunchy, but then it's not as messy because you got the soft taco inside. So I always find that pretty solid. Who knows? We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. It'll be a good one to have on Monday. Next week on Friday.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a wild week and a long one that should be fun. There's not a bet today because Streamlabs is already on. It's weekend mode for Streamlabs. It's not working. Prad came over here and he's the one that knows it better than me and he tried to fix it and we couldn't get it working. So apologies, there is no bet. It was going to be on top, which by the way is at 109. So
And it was going to be 150.
it was going to be over under 150.
Yeah, don't worry about it now, Brad. It's only
all good,
3:30.
man.
It's all good
Yeah,
at this point. We'll
handle the
figure it out
close. Don't worry about it,
afterwards.
brother.
Thanks, Brad. Brad, I saw Brad yesterday. He's helping out, man. He helped out. He filled out for
Yeah.
Mahad yesterday a little bit as well. Yeah, no money for sure. Give this man more
Hold on a
buying
second.
power. Give this man more buying power.
Did you get?
There's only one way he can get paid by us. You got the beat?
Play the beat, then we'll pay Prad.
Prad wants some money right now, so let's play that beat. He's upped it from 7 to 17 cents. So
No,
if
he hasn't.
He
I only
has.
got the dime.
No, he has. He has.
He should have negotiated a better deal. Huddy. Oh my goodness.
He also has it. Okay. Yeah, let's let it out. It's the worst thing to talk over this, so. Oh yeah, see that? See? Now it's going. Now it's going.
So when you play the beat, Huddy goes to 12. Straight up.
this is Cinco de
That's how it
Mayo
works.
jam right here.
If you stop playing this beat, Huddy's gonna tank 10%. I'm just letting you know. You gotta keep it going.
All right, and then
Just broke 12. Is it gonna halt? Is it gonna halt?
Here
It's
comes
legit
the drop.
happening, man.
Here comes
There
the
is
drop.
Oh. Nah, still a 12.
right now. And that's it. Okay. Thanks for that,
was a
Mahad and Prad, man. Thanks to Prad.
If this
for
tanks
that
now
beat.
through 12, then I'm just saying.
If what? Oh, Huddy.
Huddy,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
breaking out.
There is another. Didn't we get in? No, we didn't get in trouble. We got in trouble for playing that song from India that one time. Remember?
Yeah, because it was
we
copyrighted.
played it for like and I
it
don't
was
know,
like some Bollywood song.
I don't think we got the infringement, but it was close. And
No,
we
there
had
was
to
like
cut it.
somebody because they filed like a challenge or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Challenge right there. So,
accepted.
all right, challenge. Just making sure that we have the stop set for
Cosby Show.
Google, so we will do that right now. I'm just making sure that where we're going to get stopped out. Breaking through 75 is stop out here for Google. So I'll put on a little bit more shares. We just averaged it in here on Google because it just came down, broke 107. This is the problem. I mean, the market goes up 13.3. That's that same level, man. I mean, there's the market. It's too bad there wasn't more time in the day because I think that I could really hit a short. Like if this had a little more left in the day, I know it's 335, it could still go.
I'm not sure Google isn't a short at this point.
Right, exactly.
I'm
so
getting
the
out.
market.
I'm getting out.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Google a little more room than get out right now. But yeah, so I was just gonna say we've already topped out right here again. So it keeps on rejecting 13.3. So that's the level right there. We're just hitting it now, coming back in. This is a little bit of a longer look here. Excuse me, on the NASDAQ right now. So that's ticked up as high as 09 right there. And now it's trying to fade back a little bit, but I've averaged in on it. So as long as we don't break too much lower than where we are right now, Brendan brought us the market on close in balance, and it was 400 million to buy. So there is some buy-side action there happening, so that's going to be good. Hopefully that will hit us into the close and will take us a little bit higher, but 400 million really isn't that much. And someone just said there in the chat, what's up? People are betting everything now. Maybe it's working.
No, I don't think it is.
I was just,
No, they're asking for their points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, market is
So it's working for that? Oh, betting is open? No. What? Now it works? Oh, no way.
What? I still think tops could go. I don't have the problem keeping that open.
It's at 96.
Oh, and what'd you put it at 110, right? Or
Yeah, okay. I mean,
was it 120?
no, 150.
Oh, 150 is where we're at on that.
Okay, now, look, it's yesterday's bet.
That might be spicy.
I don't know what the heck Streamlabs is doing.
Just push cancel and we'll
I just hit
figure it
cancel,
out
so it should be stopped. See, this is the problem with AI. It's like Skynet takes over, and Streamlabs is like, let's mess around on a Friday because it'll be funny for us. But that's what's up.
And that meta short, by the way, gave us $2.
It's like flushing. This is falling apart too. Like it went 190 to 100.
Come over.
Top in like the last hour. Yeah.
Like, come over to the screen here. Like, this is what I mean by like, sometimes, short, it just not flushing. And then honestly, man, the NASDAQ finally flushes a little bit. But the thing is, though, even when this was going up, the NASDAQ was coming down. This started this is why I asked, like, why? Why is it coming down there? But 240, that started at about, let's call it 3 o'clock.
Yo, this thing is now
3 o'clock was right here. So the NASDAQ was going up into 3 o'clock, and then the fall back down right now. Prad put Streamlabs on God mode,
dude.
probably,
I don't even know what it's doing right now. Like it's out of control. I can't control this thing.
I almost want to go long meta down here at 238, honestly.
But I don't know. It feels like we just had a top wick in the market and a failure of the
problem
break.
is you're fighting that imbalance. Like you have 10 minutes.
I know.
And then what if meta comes out after a big, huge move in the last couple of days? Someone wants to dump. So think about the closes. It gives you that last print, and it gives it to you pretty anonymously. Like you could just take it without any market impact. So that's the thing. I mean, it'll have a market impact when it comes out. Then it will get leveled off, and then you'll just get that closing print, and you don't have to worry about it. So. Yeah, okay, this is pushing down more meta here into the close. So that's
okay. I think I stopped it.
Starbucks 52-week high, Microsoft 52-week high, FRC 52-week low, SQQ 52-week low. That's interesting there on a triple levered.
Yeah.
XOM 52 and all-time high.
What a beast.
Today, let's look at that XOM trade. This was a missed opportunity. I talked about it breaking that 120, and I was like, I'm all over that if we break 120. But if it's not going to break 120, then what else is it going to do? Going to fall down off 120. So that was definitely an opportunity there on earnings to take a shot at that 120 short level, and that would have paid off. But I'm here for the long. I want the long 120. I don't even want the short. I'm just saying it was a good opportunity. So there it is right there. We just made it back right into that. I said all-time highs on XOM. That's probably not correct. I'm gonna check. Would that be right? Maybe. Let's find out if that is right. I'm gonna zoom back out and find out that. But I like a break of that 120. So on Monday, that's going to be on the radar for sure. 120 break on XOM. Hopefully we can remember that. I mean, I have a notebook. We'll write that in there, but doesn't mean I'll look at it on Monday. But let's just see if we can. If it does come in on Monday, 120 for that. And we also did indicate, man, I think it was Britt. We talked about that on AMD, and I said, you know what? Like, I'm not in it, and I haven't been looking at it. But anytime you get close to that 90 level, I think it's probably worth a little bit of a short. So just to look in there, there's 90. We just came into it. I like 90 for a break long. So hopefully on Monday we could do that as well. As they report on the, did they report Monday night or Tuesday morning, I believe, for AMD?
That I'm not sure. You know what?
For some reason I'm thinking May 2nd, whatever day that is. Hold on a second.
That's
AMD.
The last trading day is today. I thought
it is May 2nd, post-market May 2nd.
That's
see,
Tuesday,
sometimes the
isn't it?
memory is pretty good. Yeah, Tuesday after market.
Yeah.
We'll see AMD come through on Tuesday.
You
And
know
there
what
it is.
comes first?
Did you get out of Google or nah?
I got out.
Okay, because I'm going to get another piece out.
340's there. It's 340 right now. Like the market, it's still kind of beneath 13.3.
Bless you.
But SoFi reports before the market on Monday up 3%. This is kind of in the midst of a bit of a breakout on the daily here. So you got to 50 period, $6 got taken out. This is a level we've been waiting for. This 6 quarter, 630, it's pretty much here now. Now I don't necessarily like this break today, but above that price, going into Monday, that's solid. Huddy is really at $14. Is it really? Don't trick me.
Is it?
Oh, it's well past 14 now. It's going to hit 15.
Congratulations!
If you got a little bit of Huddy, you sneeze and this thing's going 10%. Chasing it late is not a game that we play, especially with limited amount of time before the close when we have to be flat anyways. But yeah, congrats if you got it. If it goes into a halt in the last 10 minutes, it won't open until 4 o'clock. And you know what happened when Top halted into 4 o'clock. When Top halted into 4 o'clock, it was at $20. It opened up, went straight to 40, hit 200. I'm not saying that Huddy can do that, but the aftermarket moves, there's less liquidity. So in either direction, things can get pretty absurd really fast.
Yeah.
And it's already coming back. Like, this stock is insane, man. It hits 15 and pulls back to 13.5 in like a heartbeat. So 10% is nothing for this stock right now. I mean nothing. It was just at $15. It was at 13.5 in the blink of an eye. So, no one ever went broke taking profit. There's a good reason. I mean, I'm not paying for any locates or anything like that here. I'm just going to show you guys what's happening on the stock because I'm in Intel. I'm not really going to take anything else unless it's a 350 style trade.
Yeah, let's do a like call out. What's up to Anthony Kerr for sure, man? If we can get a like call out, that'd be nice.
Hola, like and subscribe today.
Yeah, hola right there. So if anybody wants to hit the like button, please do that. Every time I look, we're at 700. I'm just going to look right now again. And we're at 673, so even weaker than before.
Consistency.
We used to be able to get 1,500 to get you to wrap, and now no one even wants to hit the like button. If you want to hear, I don't even know if you have one prepared or not, but if you
There's a standing one ready. That's
standing
how
one ready.
It rolls.
Okay,
That's how it
well,
rolls.
we have to get to 1,500 likes.
Exactly.
If you want to hear Neil
Otherwise,
Rapperson.
Huddy's going to halt down.
Otherwise, yeah.
Well,
so
it's going to anyway.
I just want to talk about it right now because, we'll go, we'll hit the sirens a little bit because, it's a trading show and we just made money, so that's always good. There it is right there. We bought Google. I told you we were going to do that. Same levels. Breakthrough 107. We get 96s. That out right there is 14s. So we just make another 20 cents on them, 18 cents on the move up. We did take an 05 there, then a 14. And now here we go. We're right back up there. Let's see if we can take out that high of 107.25 on that. We are just going against this. So again, it's just 1-to-1. You're going long at 96. The out is 80. That's 16 cents. So there's the out there at 14. It's almost 16 cents, almost right on. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now for that. And we'll see if we can get some more shares if it does come back in. That PayPal still rejecting. I was still watching out for that level of 76. I mean, obviously it's fallen off of that. There's 76 right there on some Venmo news. So that's going to be a good little look right now. Oh man, we've been talking so much today. I got like a lasting headache, I feel like right now. A little tired, a little bit of a headache getting into the weekend, but we'll be all good. We'll be rested up, locked and loaded, getting ready for the weekend.
Have some wine at the social.
Yep, we'll figure that out. We'll be all good on that. Amazon, just a quick back. Nothing happening on Amazon. Big negative day today after hitting 120 yesterday. That's not doing much. Win 115. That's beautiful. I really like to see that. And I don't have too much else on my mind.
You know what's
right
a beast? Guess what? So actually, I actually trimmed some of this stock. I saw this above $400.
400?
I saw Eli Lilly above 400 when you guys were doing the midday, and I was like, I just hopped right on my phone and took some shares out because this is like Eli Lilly. It's on one, but I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Like this. Forget about 300. Remember when everyone was like Biogen, Biogen, Biogen? Eli Lilly is just a safer play, but it has been beast mode for Eli Lilly since that last year, and it's a bit of a double up here if you go back to the double bottom from 2022, close to a double up anyways, but it was under 200 for a decent amount of time. So I saw it wick above 400. It's been on an absolute tear. I mean, their Alzheimer's drug, the weight loss drug as well, so they're pretty much well poised, but pretty decent pullback after it failed. Like it failed the top here and just started like coming back down. I'm like, if I was a day trader, I'd probably short that, so take some out. Still an unbelievable run, up 1.5%. That's a healthcare name that is not huadunking to the downside. Pfizer's breaking down, but this one, all time, off those highs and kind of, well, it's not at the highs now, but off those highs. But a monster run for that name. Still 4 minutes to go. It's a 400 million buy. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to move the markets to the upside, but for now, we are holding the top end of the range. Oh, I was going to take I didn't quite get to 23. Pins made another push into 23 even. That's not a bad setup. I prefer this, at that 95 zone in the 23 even, give it a few pennies above because it's wicked this high multiple times. So I kind of want to give it just a little bit of room. I want a tight stop trade going into 350. Never want to be giving up too much. It's SSR, by the way, so when you see my order that was crossed down, there was at 95, I was crossed to 93, it's because you can't hit the bid. You have to sit on the offer and wait for an uptick. So now I'm sitting on the offer waiting for an uptick. Maybe I will try to take something at 90s and then add to it at 93. But you have to wait on the offer and kind of get run over if you want to short Pinterest today because it's SSR. It's just how it is. This, Cloudflare, obviously, they're both SSR having rough days. But 23, good resistance here for a quick little scalp trade, hopefully, on pins.
All right. If there's any other names you guys want us to look at, I'll have a gander. I mean, it's Friday.
Gander.
The market's kind of not doing anything. It's literally at the 50 period right now. So, I think we've talked about a little bit of Cinco de Mayo here. We've talked a couple good things about the draft and whatnot. And
what do you think trades up to Pittsburgh's pick? Oh, we already talked about this.
Yeah, when is the day 2 drafts?
It starts today.
7 o'clock?
I think it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who needs a quarterback that's left? I mean, there's a lot of teams.
I think it's the Titans.
Well, that was one of the rumors there.
The Titans, Seattle, and somebody else. I was thinking of somebody else there. But the most desperate should be the Titans because Tannehill's gone in a year, and Malik Willis, quite frankly, did not. Like, if you draft a guy to be the replacement, but by the end of the season, you're signing a guy off the street to step in, you don't believe in that quarterback that you drafted.
Yeah, that was surprising.
They got Dobbs off the street to start a playoff.
Yeah, we know the draft started yesterday. We're talking about round 2. You know what? I mean, New England could be a little sneaky there because I don't think they have much faith in Mac Jones. So that could be somebody. But again, Bill Belichick and the group over there, if they don't like what they see, then they're not going to draft Will Levis anyways. So that could be a play there. All right, let's just go back over to Meta quickly because this is a name that's a little bit of concern down there at 238. It's bouncing off VWAP. That could be something down there if you wanted to do it right there. People want to talk about Huddy more. We've talked about that a little bit as well. Yeah, Geno Smith. Yeah, you know what? That's who could.
Short-term
deal. They got. Well, they didn't get anybody.
They didn't take.
Seattle.
People said they could take Hooker, but they could. They're another team.
Seattle could be one that goes because they were going to take. I thought Anthony Richardson, but obviously he goes to the Colts. So 238 bouncing off that one. 237.78. The Jays are not in town, or they are.
The Jays are in town.
Right, okay. You going?
Yeah, I'm there tomorrow.
You're there tomorrow. Okay. So
if the Jays are in town and it's the weekend, I'm there on Saturday. It's just a matter of. It's a social today, so I think we sold the tickets tonight, but.
327. All right, so Netflix, another name that's been holding out pretty good. Okay, we only have 50 seconds until the imbalances come out, but Netflix also holding a decent level at 327, so that could be something. But right now, to take a trade and everything like that doesn't really mean too much. So we're going to wait there. We do have the imbalances coming out right now. These are just little plays that we could see for next week. Here we go. We're going to just sort of zoom out. We're going to get rid of this ARCA because we don't care about those yet. And these are some stocks that have halted or are still halting right now. CO, yeah, halted again. And so that's what happens when those come out. But we'll just go back to that last stock, Netflix, 327, looking like a decent fill level there as well. Yeah, go Packers. I like that Van Ness. All right, there it is right now. So let's see what happens. Here it is, Intel with a sell right there, real instant. So there's a nice little push down on Intel. What is the market doing? Remember, we're in Google long right now. It's 15 cents in the money, so that's working. There's Tesla. A lot of people have been looking at that today. That's pretty good, man. 750,000 for a buy. So we'll zoom in so we can
it's
see.
month end.
Oh yeah, that's right. Final Friday. So yeah, maybe there is something there. We'll see. Brendo's at the desk giving us the update here, what that is. But all sells right now. Uber with a sell. Check out what that stock sees. So you're just ticking down, right? So this will fill out after the minute, but there's the tick down there. Anything else catching your eye? Rivian. Let's check out Rivian, but that's not big.
I just punched out of pins because it was a buy.
Ooh, Rivian.
500,000 buy on
so
pins.
Pinterest for you, yeah.
I got it. Well, I lost like 5 cents on it, but I'm not going to fight it if it's an imbalance. But I do want to cover Huddy just for a quick second because it still failed that 15 level and pulled back, and it's just consolidating off of it. If anything, a lot of times when you see this, it might have like one last dump, and then the move, if there is a move, is like a 4 o'clock move this late in the day. It managed to not halt. So when it pulled back in, it held the halt band at least the first time. Let's see if it can do it again. If it halts now, it's not going to open until 4 o'clock, just for anybody that's watching it. But yeah, it is starting to come off here pretty decently. I just have that Intel left. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to shout this one out because we're trying to always let you guys know about this. There is our campus program. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. They are taking applications for a May 15th start date. So you get a chance to trade on this platform, real money. You're going to gain experience here. It's just like what we're doing here. You get to learn on the same platform with the same set of rules, the ability to be able to become a funded trader down the line. There's simulation and live. Obviously, everyone starts out in simulation. It is a flexible schedule, so you can be in school while you do it, but you have to be in the GTA. All you have to do is it's free. It's just putting in the time and the effort when you want to learn. So apply. You can always just check out the QR code below or campus.daytradetheworld.com and just hit the apply now. So that's available out there for anybody interested. With 7 minutes to go here on a Friday, you've got Huddy trying to make moves. You've got Top somehow falls from 190, breaks 100, halts down, breaking 100. And it's somehow catching a bid. I always wonder when they fall down like this, what stops it? Who's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it up at $100. There's always buyers. It just seems there's always enough buyers here. Somehow manages to not just completely flush at the end of the day here after topping out at 250. This is what HKD did. It defied logic for a very long time. So if you're shorting this kind of a name, be very careful. Some legitimate traders got run over, and it's very easy to do so when this happens. And someone was saying in the chat, oh yeah, Neil saying he would short it if it got to 500. I've been down that path before. It wasn't this. I remember DWAC, and that was crazy. And I think these are a little bit, if anything, they've been more dangerous. Like this and HKD are more dangerous than what DWAC was at the time. That felt actually a little bit easier. I'm still in Intel, but 31 is a bit of a wall here, so I'm going to get some out because 31 doesn't seem to want to break 31 even. We'll hang on to a piece. The market never broke the range in either direction, so you had to play inside the range to win.
Yeah, Huddy bouncing around 13 bucks as that's trying to go as well, trying to take out 14. What a great day for a Huddy today, up 400%.
Monster.
I mean, we'll try to find some more of those monsters for you on Monday. Yeah, Google's 20 cents in the money. I mean, if we've done anything this afternoon, it's just been this, really. We did have a good meta trade as well, but we're out of that. So, after that, there's not much happening. We did get out of our Apple. Let me see where. Yeah, see, look, wow. There's our out on Apple right there at 168.50. So breaking the 200 period on the 1 minute chart. Didn't really see reasons. I mean, the market wasn't doing much, but that could have been a good long and should have been maybe taken. So we'll just write all that down and figure it out as we go here. On that, yeah, so So campus right now may get extended, to other countries, other parts. But for right now, this is sort of like
it's a test.
It's like a test idea for that. So that's what we're doing. And if you are interested, then have a look. Uber still making that move down. Intel 3090. Okay, okay, there goes Google. We only have 5 minutes left until we get a positive. Whoa, what? Google just touched 33s
Just
there?
quickly, John Adonis, Day Trade the World is available outside of Canada. The only place that we don't operate, Day Trade the World doesn't operate in the United States, but there's offices all around the world. Just check out daytradetheworld.com. There's hundreds, I don't know the exact number anymore, but there's hundreds of offices all throughout the world. It's just not operating in the U.S., so just want to make sure that was clear. It's a campus, it's a test. It's starting in Canada because head office is here, that's all.
Yep, exactly. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so I'm just going to let Google go, man, and the stop is going to be down here at 106, right where we're in. So if it wants to go up to the rest of the day, we'll just watch it. Everything's just flipped over. It's 355 right now, so that was a 1.3 billion buy. I don't know if we mentioned that. There should have taken Meta long. I talked about that Meta at 238. Don't make me look back at this. Oh, this is the frustrations of a day trader, of course. And we talked about that as just there not being enough time left in the day. And there it is. It goes right down to VWAP. We knew that. We knew that level for Meta was going to.
Was there an imbalance on that?
Wow.
That's a little move.
Wow, it's the biggest move all day.
Teensy little move.
Literally the biggest move all day. There's
Just
the daily chart for Meta.
A little bit.
And it's 2 back-to-back candles of 60 cents or so each. So wow, Meta. Wow.
And it isn't on the imbalance.
Wow. Yeah, good trade there. I don't know. It's almost like there was news or something. Next week, we look to Apple. That's the biggest one. Next week, I think, we have AMD coming and then NVIDIA a little bit after that.
And the Fed.
And Wednesday, the Fed.
Wednesday.
Wow, yeah, that's going to be another one.
Not as big as it was recently. It's almost like.
Well, the Fed rate tool, I thought was like 90% or something for a quarter point.
Yeah, well over 80
Fed
at least.
Fund, rate
I'm going to
tool.
say 85.4. Just highly scientific.
I don't know. When was the last time we even looked this up?
I have no idea.
Okay, so let's just have a quick look right now.
On the
I
Sean
will
screen.
accept all cookies. Yep, close enough. 86. So 86.8 right now, 86.6, sorry, for 25 and then 13 for 0. So we'll see if that comes through. You can just check this out. Just Google CME rate tool and it will come up, and that will changes every day, and it changes all the time as you see what's priced in. So we'll see what happens there. But that's what they're thinking, 90% almost, 86.5. Doesn't look like Google wants to move much, so I might, that's still Meta. Wow, Meta back like straight to 240? Holy. We'll have to watch out for that. That's a big move in Meta at the end of the day.
It is sizable.
And it's not on there. So, all right, Google right now, just touch 27s. I think we could probably get out now for Google. There's only 3 minutes left. But what if it has a Meta moment and it just rips up? Okay, we only have that 20% left of this trade, so it's not a big one. We've already taken it out. I'm happy holding this. Am I, though? What is that? 107.10. All right. If we break through, back down through 107.10, I'm going to get out. So I'm going to change my stop order right now. I just don't want to give that much out if it does go back in. So breaking through 107.10, we'll get out right now. I was going to give it all the way back here, but I don't want to do that. So look, if I was going to get it out at 20, we'll sacrifice 10 cents for a possible rip. So that's that with only 2 minutes left.
Yeah, so 2 minutes to go here. There was a couple of questions, at least a couple about Bed Bath & Beyond next week. So they got the delist notice. So as of May 3rd, they're getting delisted. Now, the usual process is they could end up on the OTC. Maybe we'll have Jeff and talk about that next week, but BBYQ or something. It doesn't mean that it'll have to stop trading as they're winding down. Sometimes it'll trade for a little bit, and you'll have the opportunity to maybe get in and out of shares there. We'll let you guys know, because it's going to be, it's 10 cents now, so if that happens and ends up on the OTC markets, we won't be able to trade it because it's sub $1, which we don't trade here at Day Trade the World on pink OTC names, and I doubt it's going to go 10x. Next week, I guess stranger things have happened, but yeah, it'll likely be on the OTC. It'll be done trading, though, as of the second, last trade day, and then the third, OTC or nothing.
I have something, I was going to say I have something to talk about, but now it's gone. There was 70,000 shares at 19, so I just got out at 18. There was 70,000 shares here, so they've since taken it out, but with only a minute left. I told you I was going to wait for that bottom, but we'll take an 18 and get out. Our best Yeah, good trade, man. We just went long there, 97s out on the top just to end the day. So yeah, I wasn't sure if that was going to follow it down or anything. Is Apple taking off?
Apple and Meta had big moves. So that's actually the biggest green candle of the day for Apple as well. Random. Neither one of those two had an imbalance. Meta,
by the way, is not stopping.
No, Apple's almost at 170 right now. That's not bad.
I wonder if something was announced between the two of them.
Well, the NASDAQ is churning as well.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's just a bump.
Yeah, the NASDAQ broke resistance. There we go. You're very, very late breaking day. Only 10 seconds to go. Wow, I got to get the countdown on. You going to get it, Faitana? Okay, so Mr. Faitana, from the depths of feeling ill, in 3, 2, and what a trooper. Ring it. He's under the weather there.
Oh, man. This is too much. Okay, so thank you so much. Pinterest is the last man standing here on the imbalance locator, but oh, man, this is too much. Okay, let's just... I don't know why I'm laughing.
I'm not even saying anything.
I don't know. Okay, let's go back over. We're all out, man. What a good day. Much better than yesterday, needless to say there.
First of all, Fei wasn't in his pajamas. He dresses like that to work every day.
I knew. That's why I'm laughing. I knew people were going to say something like that. Coming through. I mean, it's just like, oh, man, what are we even doing? Okay, over to the big desk with Brendo. How do we wrap up?
Showing here, guys, heading into the weekend for pretty much all U.S. markets. We're back to the upside in a decent way here for the Russell, especially 0.9 leading the way for the Russell 2000, 0.7 there for the NASDAQ composite, 0.65 for the 100, but the Dow and the S&P both around that 0.8 mark. So, hey, we'll take it to end things off.
That's hilarious. Yo, what up to Judy? I think, it's just so funny. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we had a good time again here today. We have a good time every day. So, yeah, big shout out to Sharif, who right now is pumping iron somewhere. So big shout out to that guy. Everybody that's been helping us today. What a good week for Mahad. You know, he's been really helping out the last couple of days. And, it's been fantastic, so I think that's been great. Thanks to Bears versus Bulls again, and thanks to the NASDAQ, quite frankly. I mean, if anybody's been holding any NASDAQ names, what a week. You know, have a couple cold ones or whatever you're going to do, celebrate, because that was a monster week of earnings. And, you know, the NASDAQ kept on going. We had a 3% or 2.75% day yesterday, followed by another almost
in a long
percent
time.
today.
Long time.
I don't know, I don't want to... You know, I don't know what we were up on the week, but it seems like the NASDAQ.
I don't know we're up on the week, but I do know the Qs are closing right above that April high. So
yeah. So hey, Monday is going to be exciting, man. And then we have AMD, we have Apple. What day is Apple? Did we ever figure that out? Yeah, that's the one thing that we never bothered to look up.
No, we didn't look up Apple, did we?
I'm going to have it up here in a second.
You got your trade ideas?
Yeah, I do. I don't see what day. It's not what AAPL. What am I just? Earnings day, there it is, May 4th.
Oh, that's right. We knew
the
this.
4th
Star Wars
with Apple.
We did know that.
May 4th post-market. Sorry about that.
That's the best day.
Yeah, so 4:02. Okay. Plans this weekend?
Apple will go up. The Jays game tomorrow, and then a little bit of draft watching. We have this little. We're doing this weird declare keepers thing, and then you can snipe off other teams. So the non-playoff teams can pick from the playoff teams non-protected guys in our fantasy league. So that's happening on Saturday night, or I don't know when we're doing it. Is it Sunday?
It starts Sunday at 12:01 a.m.
Okay. So yeah, but I'm at the game on Saturday. That's the big thing. Nothing else really. Obviously, go Leafs, go. But
man, yeah, that's gonna be Saturday night. Hopefully, we'll be able to enjoy that. I'm checking my calendar. I don't even know. What
Come on, man. Have some faith. Go on the road.
I do have a faith. I have lots of faith. It's just history better not repeat it damn self. Okay, Brennan. Any plans this weekend with you?
I'm solo this weekend, so I am staying close to the city. It's going to be raining here all weekend, though, which is kind of a bummer, but nothing too exciting, though, guys.
We're supposed to have our very first Little League game, and it's looking like it will be rained out. It's tomorrow morning, so I'm hoping it won't be. That's another thing. I got tomorrow morning. The game is 9 o'clock. So, one of the coaches, we're telling everybody to be there for 8:30, so I got to be there a little earlier. Yeah. So no matter what happens tonight, I got to be at the Diamond tomorrow at 8 a.m., so that should be a lot of fun.
Of course it's fun.
Yeah, lots of fun. I can't even stay awake right now, so I'll have to see how that goes. But we'll get some energy. We're excited. We're having a little bit of a social here today to celebrate the month end. And like you said, there's more people in the back office there with Day Trade the World, so that should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to say to everybody, have a fantastic weekend.
Yes, enjoy yourself.
That's the one thing, man. It's been a busy week for sure, man. Happy birthday to my kid. It's Baxter's birthday today, so that's another reason to celebrate there.
Yes,
but
sir.
He's not coming home till Monday, so.
He's going to rule the world.
He's got some, yeah, he will one day rule that world. Diamond at 8 a.m. is better than the rink at 5 a.m. You are correct with that. We've been pretty lucky with that. So, and curling's now finished. So we wrapped up our curling last week. So we have to be at the curling rink at 9 a.m. Like, what is even going on in my life? But all right. So thanks to everybody. Brendan, the smartest kid in the room, not having kids. So good job on that, Brendo. As you will enjoy your weekend every weekend. Yeah, exactly. He tries right there. But hey, it's 4:05. So from everybody here at Trader TV Live, we got to go. Enjoy our weekend as well. So make sure you do, no matter what you do, have it with loved ones. I saw that from Luca. Make sure you enjoy it. Enjoy the NFL draft. Enjoy everything you're doing. And we'll catch you at 8:30 on Monday.
Go Leafs, go.
Ooh, I forgot.